Uyo bada wunya warrior for unka bema and a bema wunya warrior me for unka oba. But if you may send beside that when you come find him. If I want to suffer no jina in suka someone ni papa. And I demand me what I want to bema so warrior unana.
Onuya TV, Onuye, Onuya TV, Onuya TV, yajone omuka, Onuya TV,
Onuya TV, yajone omuka.
Mame Emma watching once again mema wakwaba to a year W'asem Yie so on Onuya TV. Me need to kwame appear could be now across the country, all the 16 regions, the new patriotic party called the Freno a year the regional delegate conference. Enti arope yano be the ho enkomo bring you more updates across the regions. Na afi wetimi ehu dear air course. So there's a big of heat in the Ashanti region as to who becomes the next regional chairman for the new patriotic party. And just stay with us. Na arope yano any enkomo ahodo. Na watri mun komo SCC ni nyina no ana yene wo etenase na afi yetimi ene W'asem pacho wa join yen ewo ye live feed ne so anope yema mu nyina ache na yema mu nyina kwaba mu amutie yen efri eye abroche nyina nso anope yema mu nyina kwaba emma mu nyina nso. A very big good morning once again. Me dey kwame appear Mr. Speaker. Now this week a lot of issues now Anna Akoso. Now, one of them is what is happening in the Ashanti region. And the new patriotic party in Ashanti region, a night or a vigil night, at the chairman wound to me. Now, we'll tell you more about it and some of the issues SCC that particular event Ekoso and but again this week there's been a very big talk about legal vacation as to say and they judiciary eco vacation is it still necessary sir Ura Kwabena Edubuahen the case the Chief Justice Ebetimi Ama order say the High Court must continue to sit, whereas there is a legal vacation and also home komono akwakoye bebre. Now a lot more of citizens at the San Komoi at the Akwakodai Court they say SSS Supreme Court in the share na otime ayenchechemo when it comes to issues of this nature. The question akwakoye say lawyers of Ore Dubuahen ene Hanan, the former buffer stock CEO no erezi concerns say a DNT court nibi ekwa humijemo na yet there is a special interest for this particular year. Two cases Chief Justice Ebema order say the justices of the High Court must continue to sit and ensure the cases ebe progress steadily as expected. Now we'll tell you more about it because the lawyers of Edubuahen are threatening say Namiya Adoma Ejuada Nyadia Womubetimi Ako Court. What will be the implication in the last adjoining sitting court etimi ehavi there were directives and indications say the accused persons must ensure say they will be fairly represented by their counsels. Now there were some cautions by say lawyers ma court the accused persons may be called upon to cross-examine the witnesses in the witness box. And that conversation, will give you much details about it. Now, you don't so at me at the home and come. Just stay with us. Now, you try a hotia embra. Your bar, your best commodiana say, na your first year, ama wahum the air coso. You must say.
Amino All-in-One Nutrimix is truly milky and contains calcium. So no need to add milk to that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids. Milo All-in-One Nutrimix is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
Communities nina edwom ho achimu omodo team ene bae jaman so de omonta wachire omodo ahoten no kubi ene bae omunyina ebekire ade baako community ben ene new link no boye pa na onua yesronko na boni mo diye pa afi we de onua atna community link no Asaba view, Afidi, Yasisa Nomukra, and Nijemuba Diepa, Abasu Podia Pebre, Ejato, communities, Ahodo Pebre, I a card of Safi, Omo Huba Jubi, Wayne, Eo Mantamu, Umrantia, Watafo, Wutin, and a woman. So, community, our too much and the edible body, and the woman you, and Snafia and found signs out the film, and make you a Numukeke, Pomadina phone team, Ebeka Ebi. Onia lake no asaba u community aya kradwana asem misani say u team fire ready Onia atina community lake eba kosu line ewo ma downtown park ewola 51st of August ekosi 30th of August Onia atina community lake wana waso saying eye atina NLA didida Onia atina community lake bia communities ahodo edi akukudro edi agro
Aduane bia edeno ehyasie e de free baby enfie bebreni ya de aben wa ha adwumade no free studios and ye do somo they say no you see a mom ma hoka yen ya beto awo mo ho e restaurant e bar ufiefie wo de to za fra ye de anyumu foforo any din foforo and ye de eba beda enuane mu asoto e de amamo na wo no na wo kire ye ne ye ni bi ni ye sam ye ni fifre that is ye di nkom money ye wo siri hey ya sam ketwa na wo de ton waduane na wo de ton Anunti, when AJ pound me and I do medie on your TV. Me do what shame. I waha, I am ready. I waha. I say I am ready. I waha. Mimini debia 8 p.m. Ewo Onia TV so.
Onia TV. Ye dwene ho pa.
Ebusia amamre ni bidi yakoye chichi ene biso ewa anu heya na Ghana eba ne amamre ebia ne die ye ntare hye ye kasa ene amane nyina na kai se Onia 95.1 ene Onia TV ye ene ye ji abasobo no fi se afibia ye de Onia Sankofa Festival Trade ebrewo na afiwe enho nhihye so a ye de bana ebine se ye de adansa futufiam e hyasie from the 6th to the 9th of August 2026 Diabra dansa futufia mekoso no na gamashi yeso ekoso Cape Coast Fetua Fashion and also ye 3rd to the 5th of September 2026 Azim ye di kundum a fashion no ebe hyeso from the 9th to the 12th of September 2026 Ekropon ye baba honi ododra festival na brem when ye 21st to the 27th of September 2026 Nyato amlogato hobatoto ye bana oroyo and ye 5th to the 8th of November 2026. Ye the cooking competition ebrewo. People's Assembly and ahemfu jabo kese na nkasa ebrewo. Sasu na moswo papa baby. And ye di adwumadi no abribia. Onia Sankofa Festival Trade. Amamre ni amane ye tiasie.
Onia Group. Ye ni afashe de ubo adwumakuo baako pa. Ye wo menyimu.
You may call Masaya Sing. A Testitum tomato paste, Testitum seasoning powder, Royal Aroma.
Mame emo akwa once again, Adope said, what joining you live on our DSTV, channel 361, and a Go TV, channel 116, and Adope across all the 16 regions. Baby, I share you free piano, ma yena wase. But as we speak this morning, over 1,020 delegates and a BQ in the Ashanti Regional Delegate Conference of the New Patriotic Party. Say kase, you know, at the end of the day, enkwanko se abatu ni nyinano ebetimi akone wi ye no. The 1,020 delegates no are supposed to elect 11 executive members for the New Patriotic Party. Over 34 aspirants and as a candidate and air into anope elections no, and to just stay with us. Now, the details no at the Bebro from the chairmanship position. No, you know, sir, Chairman Odeneho Kweku appear a one-time contender with a year Bernard and Chibosi. Chairman won to me coming face to face with a year Ura Kokofu in the Ashanti region, and he will tell you more about it. Surely, not yet to me any wedding come, but we are told, sir, about no baso the Kumasi Jubilee Park. Anope say non-son abo edia pahuano or triaboy dear. Definitely about no asha sianisa, but you be call again reporters in Hona Yaniwa Munina so Edim Komo just to understand the air course on the election ground. What is the New Patriotic Party seeking to achieve after this particular delegate conference? The reorganization of the party very key for the New Patriotic Party, and again to also as well no elect leadership or more ebetimi ashe party ni sheshe any party ne juma so ahead of the 2028 major election and the next 4 years a war ahead of the election and as a electoral years coming into being. And from the chairmanship, no, a keenly contested Medikai Akacho said it is a battle between Chairman Odeneho Kweku appear, a former constituency chairman, and a so Ora Henry Kwabena Kokofu, or also a former Bantima constituency chairman. He rose to become the member of parliament for the Bantima constituency. From there, Waba Ababeye, the chief executive, Edema, the Environmental Protection Authority. Again, the influence at the central level or the national level in terms of politics. Many have said, say, Kokofu entimi ama race nimu entem. Yet it looks as if, say, Anopeya ye din komwe or ma a ye coca, a very good chase for the money in terms of this particular contest. And what has really changed the dynamics, we are told, by a nearma air course or forms, there is a lot of a year shipping air course trying to say, sir, young shipping delegate in a particular angle and as a line now if a woman to a certain line, but many would also tell you said there be Ura Chairman or Deneho Kwapia Ayobia on a party for no at year all this while we're building relationship with the party delegate in the Ashanti region, and clearly on also there was some level of leverage now the ama contest ni muno ababeye dini ginano are allegations of the fact that Dr. Baumia a certain category of people na wetimi eni omunyina no aye adwuma as to set sansem no eye no kre and I say enye no kre no at the end of the elections we get to understand the ABC ewo electoral grounds anope, but the reporters any some personalities are ewo the Ashanti region so ebedin commercially. Now in the eastern region oko eastern region Chairman Kojo Boateng, a former constituency chairman for the New Jabe North constituency in the eastern region, Oba face to face with Jeff Kunedua, or the incumbent regional chairman in the eastern region. In the last elections, in the lead up to the 2024 general election, the same two people now contested in the eastern region. Another stronghold of the New Patriotic Party, but at that time the party was in power, yet Jeff Kunedu winning the majority of the vote during the election. But this time around, dynamics ni bebre na no asesa. So we ask say between Jeff Kunedu and then Chairman Eye Kojo Boateng, the former constituency chairman for the New Jabe North constituency, who becomes the favorite of the delegate, say Obetimi Enya the mandate to steer the party's affairs. But before that, Mamin call Asante Mante Momra na many Dr. Pagre Boachedankwa ending komo ono spokesperson Edema chairman won to me. A lot of people are questioning say a DNT of chairman won to me. Doc, Otimenka, good morning. Asante Mante mo to say anope.
Nyamia do Mr. Speaker, Mitewonka, Nyamia do Asante Mante fine. Asumdie wa hanom whether ni good. Nyamia do.
Yeah, that's a sign of pay waje so. And first of all, Endrana Joe event no send the sequoia. Me sorry ahomachi me who say what send me a couple of video footages I mean a course so Endrana Joe, but giving us a total overview no and a course no where they really expected say a bit me sisa and now the emotion saying no ana ye
Mr. Speaker, Medase, MSN Grand Najo, Yamiadum, Ewa Sokwa, Dr. Alhaji Bawumia campaign office, and your call Yekodi Juma, your friend Solidarity Night, my friend Yetiano, and there's your trouble. Yeah, not my wound to me on the regional chairman of Ashanti region. Today, Wunya, Fair, and John Najua, I is to the election of the regional executives, yede asida, yede edumto, yede mpaibo, yede kotusre, ebeko nyakupo enim, akacho nyakupo se, on to slopa, fiso, embekwa fiso, na onka, Ghana Mampini, Ghana Benin for, Ghana sorry for, any judiciary for, some bomode, na in Rakwanso in here, fair, fata, and the subra, ya boy, yanka say, ye papa, ye wofa, ye nana, then I did you boys, yakono, bill ya ye kwe, appeal ya ye kwe, when you coupon betrain and sa, ewan so, now when you found who did, and there are hundreds of people, from all 47 constituencies, a Christopher Womb, Crabofo Womb, Abosumfo Womb, Omunya, Cotisre, Fompa, Tomo Transform, Editant Amiase. So, Yakupon, and Bomodena, offering Union share, any one day, any couldn't be, and
one would say, sir. Baby, the Ashanti regional chairman, no SSA, no, any baby, most of you would have anticipated, say, San and Kesese, a banner. But why Andra Anajo? Because many said, say, I don't pay delegate Kotuaba. There seemed to be some level of influence. Mopese Modema, a year delegate, deciding who to become the next regional chairman of the party. As we speak this morning, elections are underway.
You need preferred candidate to be at this back that time I want to me Akuma so in Comodia Benediti and the fair Asumdie and in Kabum a better region name send your paya send your no FA Kumia Panotina so 12 years no being Kunindi and by Emma APP. Emma and another Danko Kufado Bayer Ghana Mampeni from 2016 no Sansuna on your young for better machine and I know Akoniakasia, any in Pabwakasi or in Nambesimo, or better so also be used to Machestia, Ediama, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baum, Yano, Sabaya Ghana Mampeni, Eco 2028, any in Kabum, any Astumdi, and a Chema want to be a pet, and Dran Comodia, a Corso, Ewo, Solidarity Night National Yang campaign, Yamak delegate Bia and Kasa. Yama Obia all standing as current media and Kasa, host chairman, regional chairman, hopefuls Bia, Yamobia Kasa, first vice Bia, Yamobia Kasa, second vice Yamobia Kasa, all the regional executives, Omoye, the candidates, Yamobia and Kasa, your world region, Nima, your daughter, my wound to me, your Jumama, my wound to me, your name so your regional chairman, any Jumapawa, or region, and I in your Kabu Muna, you say, Yaseda. Any rule and your young share, any Bible, any good say, any Diko Nakupo in Sanya Tronko, if all people will call upon me, I will hear them. The people who will humble themselves and will call upon me, I will hear them. So, Nipa, every bread once a normal poor Monsa, Fremity, Bin Yakupo, I will make you.
Very well. But as we speak this morning, no feeling no at saying because and ne enko na wie emmo be no miensa ekosi no nine so no na probably chairman to me is no longer the Ashanti regional chairman for the New Patriotic Party. Enti one no edi nkomo na dream no saying a feeling no esitie all this while no for over 8 to 12 years ni handle party no affairs. The biggest, region in terms of constituencies in the country. And no one so kunyana anope oja ni nyinamo ede atuwe. On a very sad note, no, together with Babia Oshe. Na afiyemra the future implication.
Speaker, me that say, say chairman there, ni niati, ni neswaso, say. In few to me, New Year or Trakunyano so as regional chairman or the Asumbi or the Nkabom or the Mpuntu sign the to me by Emma MPP Emma and another Danko Kufado every year Ghana Mampini and sign to deliver almost 19 cabinet ministers from the region.
Okay.
It's the year. The name said chairman, Miniati say in Jumapa on Yakupo was so defending sa any Jumapa regional Fonia and the constituency Fonia defending sa which you are saying Jumana so many this is ya some day as I you Mano say assembly dia out to be our region in no during the time no or to me deliver 2 victories Emma and another Danko Kufado 2016 and 2020 Emma MPP it to be 2 in Jumapa so in the pipe and say and dan pay send your delegates to obey our Mokwakoyi regional executives no omunya at dream any akoma passe nipo mo be yi no ono so betumi aba be ejuma den sin send your no term I want to be here no to be deliver victory Emma Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no so aba be Ghana Mampini ama MPP assign aba power into baby or one no pay there say metenenka na se menene kasa na se nyame adom na se bitumi hu na me kosana ya nim so be ka tell me say we beduma ewo
yes but we na juma owie na juma no at the time or the party no akọ opposition now many are saying say clearly Oshe Chemawun to me performance from 2020 ebedru 2025 looks more or less like no na party no anya attractive. We've lost about 7 seats in the Ashanti region in the 2024 election. Ushe baby opeja free, yani baby or the bedru, 47 constituencies. Now, and the NDC keeps appreciating and then recording within the 30s in terms of percentage of voter about in the Ashanti region. A new face, will have to salvage the situation on the ground. And
a new face for the New Patriotic Party across all the country, from national executives, regional executives, constituency for electoral coordinators, police station for and they said that new face will be able to deliver a majority in parliament and deliver a victory for Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And still, Ashanti region is the biggest region in terms of MPs or more parliament. And I only say, we are saying so dear. Sadia Chia, Niliabo, Eliaba, Adiasa, Nabosro, and so ever. We don't have all of it as we want it. We are saying, you want the ups, you want the downs. And Untina Yensanyano, and Yete. We just want to thank God. Say, new team na Ebano, Omube who say, Okupa Ewo Mwenim, Ejuma so Ewo Mwenim, into Yese Yenda. Any jesem and the someone who say occupant ewo monim okona ye kono any bepona ye fono a bepo and work a fear pine yes ye boy homody now you to me the party no ever back to power.
But in all of this we are told sir Chairman to me still obe contest national chairman no
Mr. Speaker I am correct send your monim no 20th of July 2026 sentence and never judgment by Komodia, Minister Mawun to me, and they say, Yambo Modena, Jumadin, Emma, Haji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Ember Power. And I also Kaya, time I also in ya, so no campaign. Now I had the first tour across all 276 constituencies already. Onusu Nim say, Yakupon T, which me about the party name as the next national chairman. sa opena owona ewona kumemu a onim se ebi ka ho ntina wakwakoda efiase yesa se tema utumi de yin say or your election winning material or science your election strategies or science your the grassroots man so wahanuma na can some beti across the length and breadth of the country with the morale yeah prepared to lead this country na Kenya Sanketwa if you no cre okay go yasum together with the campaign chairman yenya say the party bombi ebie nominations na yete bi mano yenya so nya so tiafie party dey say ato ho na what na yeko remo no 17th no say party bia you know ka ko fe bia mano ye de be kwa mano wo baby owo no so W'asem Yie ye de be across all 276 constituencies ama witnesses W'asem Yie you so ya sign faale at least step 1 and step 2 there you dim say you hutumi a yebetumi aye na you do step 3 so aye he say ya yetumi de chairman eba course no so na you dim say any prison for penny for kasa na so mo preso kwa dia yebetumi de chairman aba party of
mo bedin komo se yemfa chairman wontumi mra
so aba akoye ne vetting.
Okay, and that was where I was going to, because becoming a chairman from prison, a story to tell, and very, very interesting. Now, when it comes to vetting, and again, even during the campaign, how are you going to execute this? Because the committee for vetting will have to ensure say every candidate watching the TBR go through the process. And you are saying say either say money prison authorities bekasa na chema wuntumi aba for vetting, and now say mobe pleaded with a vetting committee say omobe konsewem akọ vetting whilst he's in prison.
I mean, say Ghana there, you say nya to me see. If we are seeing nya so, you say you political imprisonment. You say so be the fear say you say you politically motivated, and I say you politically influenced. You are playing there you to media faso. Of course, generations na happen. You say go for bebre akofia say, omotumi aba be lead political party. As I saw aba be omo man show. Senegal etihe ya infi mienu a etwe mu bia nkasa na me wo ho no na me hu say go for mienu ba ko ye president si a Dioboye ye president eni ni nua bema na ni nua bema no e da prison ono na no ye candidate so we tumi afia mba ni ti o de say ni nua bema no nsa no and on nobody mampeni wa Senegal no ye ni nua bema no prime minister and ni nua bema no ye speaker of parliament. It's for political politicians, political imprisonment all across the sub-region of West Africa, any Africa, you and yes, it's any American. Say, Yamiya Dum, that's a party B 17th, and I to make a fire form near Sika. I had the command in your planning chairman, not since I near the call all 276 constituencies since I near to look up a silent quad, yeah. That is the first step 1, step 2, now you call step 3 also you can say a 9-member committee.
Okay.
For Madam Sisi Yadapa Edano, it's the quorum there na 6. It's Emra Ahokwina so much to make chairman hot session will be out to be concerned and not so call. No say chairman Yadasrao. You can't see yes or form. What I saw finally. We need to add who a did you say on human rights level, any human rights grounds of crano? Yes, sir, you bet me, yes, I think they are chairman also, the pneumonia say, and then Nakumapa, and then the mental well being. The Bia, so who say, party go to the neti. It's as a party, ya card to honor with General Secretary press conference, or 3 p.m. on the 20th of July 2026. We consider Temawu to me as a political prisoner. It is a Papa said Temawu to me a political prisoner. That's a to by the lead counsel, Honorable Samuel Atatia, at the appeals court. Getting appeal for no appeals court to know a court to know Ebema back from October. Now you didn't say yes, I should the bail also by 19th, say in Yamiya Dumna Bibiako Yedia. That's say you bet to me, hey chairman, Amuaba about the year also the second round. It is appeal no komu, that's a chairman dipping. That's a ye clear BBR. That's a say,
But I don't pay a yedim komoino sincerely free wakume mu ankasa no ufri say processes in go through Chairman won to me a bit me and the far hodie. I mean, would appeal any bail application I pending before the court.
When you many who any Madrid mutrepa adie. Senia etiena be who say ya be a man phobia or money nim say anko ye kran also imrase akoya momuna the woman of Fahuki etifia and them in somebody fufu, omedi fufu, omedi banku, and as somebody body, it's as so many of Fahudiano. So na binim say imra e wo ho a say ye de hwe elma chairman HBC ebiaseno samra no ye be upholdi that ye upholdi pa dia minia and that say enjebia chairman obenya ne fa hodie chairman benya ne fa hodie chairman benya ne fa hodie.
But campaign no members near why and who is Chairman Wuntumi's campaign manager, because it looks more or less like say campaign momentum no Chairman Wuntumi and Kasa Eddie Fras here no as I call from I die down kakra ana
and you know many a campaign manager no your friend no Chairman George Odro ono nana oye former deputy minister for agric ono oye campaign manager and a campaign chairman, honorable chairman, and also eka appeals for committee na ya setting up for national elections. Your campaign members be prayer across the various regions, Eastern region, Ashanti region, Water region, Northern region, Northeast region, Savannah region, Upper East, Upper West, Bono, Asante, Bono East. Greater Accra, Central, Western North, every your campaign managers all across board.
Okay.
It's in Nipa Benuwe na betumi abomudi, George Odro onona oye former deputy minister for agric, onona campaign chairman, and a campaign manager so honorable chairman. Some penifo anyway no mudi campaign in penifo bebre your administrator or no.
Yes, but maybe bisa doc campaign no. Quite ben amofaso amoye no, because in the presence of a year Chairman Wuntumi at the time no na you some more call rounds near there, but for some time now, about almost a month now, you didn't ko shame we no yente you some more call rounds near there. And is there an appointed time mo best start to say more tour across the country once again in the name of Chairman Wuntumi ana?
And I mean obehu say tour across the country. Eternal and then 15th year aka in fear and that time for that term and was work prison almost 1 month and then when you say you be any well be and then apobudin as I say you who say nyamia dum ne hoye bibia ya kama no all politics is local yes I say ye campaign and constituency for be sa term and beba yes I term and beba send your commodia ye do all the constituencies for any ratings for the host chairman who race him or can go for now or person more perinobuddin kunim ebedi party name no be any say you won't into now trina ye could remove the edge the say all politics is local yes I say any polling station forecast election area coordinator secretary constituency forecast any regional forecast so more modern so much about so much about to me.
What are any doing come or not dream on one no ya and come any successor?
But if I read in
the Ashanti region,
but I know the country.
Mama, now I see I doc. I'm highly grateful. You know, a lot of delegates know for the first vice chairman position. No, in the same party. Likewise, Oko a year. The Western region, the Northern region, Oba a year Greater Accra, the former health minister, former deputy health minister, former chief executive, Edema NHIS, and Feiso, a former member of parliament for Lejokuku, Omunyano, Ejinamua, Omo air contesting. Dr. Okoboy in the Greater Accra region, no, very interesting. But Mamen Kwame before you come here, ewo Asante Mantem Bill. Now, Fachare na membra yeba na afi ya share the other regions no Kwame what's I mean good morning that is saying okay enti boy enkomo anope wugina he na situation no say ni city here
yo embrembre ya make us but so to me ka there
yes metonka
yo embrembre make us say me wo eye Jubilee Park be mo asante mataba first pa we friend Justin Park Jubilee Park e wono wo asante mantaba haina MPP amayoko na wasante mantemo abato nhihye no wodi ni nyina ebe hyase elhase na obahase ya enya asem keso akwa onipa ayefre chinchini beye nyia wa MPP amayoko no mu a ese obetu aba na usasi ahene ne eto ahene na so abepie mo ha elechi afọ wa MPP amayoko no nyina so so ewo hase ya mprimpri ameka sai omo nyina so ababepie bo hase na uduru hase ya entrance no na sa wo hwede ya ekoso ha utimo se wona wo gina for the various positions nyina bia amfoni ewo abonten omo achitafo nyina so etwimememi empo ebumome na wode atai onipako a then oba na wababegina no enti wo ba hase ya betimi akase bunyiba kase here is colorful pa high fe high ade a yeso kuye pa obahasi abatore de mpembe ameka sei enya ade a omo asase asisi ai obahasi ametimi akase mfifi ai baby omo eto aboroma create a lot of polling stations e wo hase ya oduru a omo mina so betimi anya akwanya na omo etimi ato efise omo azuo ni wo mo mako said be ya constituency ni nyina na makeka bo mazuo ni wo mo a oba anya de be kira ka so bia nipa obeto abama no ebia from chairman to treasurer to Nasara omo nyina so de ba kunti se ya kasa bia constituency 9 ya ka omabo mu a mo nyina mu di so na makokoto aba no e ko fefefe na moko enti empempe de metimi akase hase de omo aye ready omo aye krado a omo eba be hye abada so be pima santemantemo a tede awada na susiti a hase no be kase mununkum no so aba be kata eye ewiem a udu hase ewia no nya ade a ebo o hase enti ye hwe se ensuo beto ana se ensuo so nto baba hase de asencheni bia no a eche se ensuo na mom mununkum no na ala be kata ewiem a ama hase atimi aye kosu so kakra enso ha na mpempe wona waje pini a metimi akase eye konso se secretary so mo eba beto eye aba
kwame yebeba no so sisi but edi entia election no commencement no a delay because we know say time esesa about one shas here no etimi apa ho kakra
ebrebe de ohwa ni nyina gina eye isifo no mo nhyehyeye omo hyehyehye afina metimi aka so masese oni ama nyina obi atrase na mum sense obo hwe obi a so eye na agent a obeba enti mprimpri no afina agent ni so nyina so a obo bia so trase a omo so eba beye omudwuma enti dodo na ba begina delegates ni so delegates no beba as delegates no ne ba akwanya o ha omo ba beto aba ba delegates ni so o hwe a yewremu a ye huze bia omoto santene a omo ba beto eye abado ha na ni ba bia delegates ni se ada se obi akampo omo se ada se omo beba ada se omo ma eno na ye hwe e wo ha senti obeka se east for a ready agent for no Donald Trump say apost for eso hayi pa omo so ebo ban e hwe se asu bi so timi aba na enkofa e ka se bia so timi enma e ba ha se dia metimi aka se ka ho babo so a e wo so yi pa e wo ha se de esi a delegates na ye hwe omo so omo beba na omo aba beto eye aba no e wo ha se ti ano make say isi aye ready agent sponsor aye ready apost sponsor aye ready ti ano agent for aye delegates no na ye hwe omo se omo beba na aye bia no so omo aba beto eye omo aba enso so e wo ha se nti obi sa me atafefe na e wo ha se yes omo aje pinia obepie mo asante emante mo a ese omo eto aba ene ya no omo dodo nyina ye 1020 aye delegates na say omo eto aba aye nge Congress executives no aye mako 883 and MP say what antimante mo so play 39 and family fathers 5 and national councils for mo 5 and patrons for 10 and council of elders 10 and regional executives ankata mo yo mo so 17 and Tescom 51 and then omuna the division number no enya dia e do so bibre
yes kwame si numbers ne so bi mbame o say omo a eye constituency executives no eya he
omo mo constituency executives ye 883
okay
883 across all the various constituencies no. Members are where you are more about the 2 abandon of you coming up with 883. And MPs, I was at the Mantamasa of Major Abane 39. And now Family Fund a year 5. National Council a year 5. And our patrons also a year 10. And our elders also a year 10. And the original executive say 17 after score 51. And our organized that for I asked them to cry. I drove up to say, so I can't almost so about so I said, any more no contest, lady, about chairmanship position, since no, Kuka, any Kukofu, and so, and Temo has said.
Yes, I know soon not made by no say I don't pay who drew ground say saying contest, you know, in terms of the pressure, the intensity of it, you know, saying the city here because in the last few days, see everybody drew and they, you know, we are told so I say dynamics neka cry who is in the lead now only man for any supporters need be edin komwa. What are the impressions we'll get it so far?
Based on the impressions, the best me I got say, what we say, you see I got say first of all, last 4 years ago, contest no name between Chamawun to me and Kuka, or more million 10. Actually, Chamawun to me declared saying just so urban national. Now in so definitely Kuka the end, or now obey him, Mobeba. Now him so Chamaku so earlier on no now the case of national secretary and was on the castle about a year region about the that time. I think I'm a for every idea they see never they Chamawun to me declared it then so call a national entina okupakufu I didn't have na contest no see na babe obahase dia ya kasedi enya to fema ye hwe anase hu terror na said enya Mexico we no say bino mo keka 44 keka nya me be keka bu ma say omu de kokofu represent Chamawun to me the absence said be ya obetime a contest Kuka contest na Kuka de na in say asasero na o dance with me but see ano ko be say nim kokofu de so ni star wo bi a wo di Kuka so yi but say nim do mo yere wase nim de obi a to say the kai say 4 years ago or ne over the monya for Chamawun to me contest so tight and obi a so Kuka awede abada we but the ko sharp na say na the delegates no ma na delegates aparato na shafe be dibinu ekra afi nga de na ko na de ko ni hu ya ne say nsamana na kan sa bodi na o we inside no the block by room na we say so afena na ma dane o sa empty abato de another yewo obi a what strategy a we issue so right now government delegates dem aye no don't know what is happening. What is happening? Then they so because about to be a crowd or think of about the shop here. But I say no, 34 hours the medical car, you know. If you are agents that say, I think that is a 2 something and come here, but not the trouble. I just don't the so what I know, thanks, Nanga, Boka, hotel, the Mubia, or that. And you right now, no, now almost 6 or more, and yeah, to friend, that the Abba said, the other so they be that the apostle and so happy.
Yes, but before I will back on the regional secretary position, non so you're quite interesting. Minia Poyano, I don't pay grounds to say, Mano.
I thought the hope is that I was saying already or confidence of the winning battle.
Oh, Poyando so confidence of winning your home. I see.
Confidence of the winning battle. Now, Francois said also, and so definitely also very winning about it. What then I did is to say that company is organizer. And I say no about Francois and oyando and this ano ye se for betimi ewremu and as obetimi ayeden ye no na ezi anzo ye hwe ya ecosystem definitely
but poor grounds there. I mean, who drew grounds and pay support base net to say
support the make me as one say o share omo support to bomo na omo to aba o sa aha omo ombe dede omo to aba so wo mo na chi dia awe obetimi anya wrong impression say abato na ekọ ha na say ekọ ha e do dey won timi nye den and decide because omo dey obi aba say oba beboa eye ni ha say enti manya Paul ha say mame hwe say metimi ni Paul metimi atwetwe eye enkomo kakra na metimi afun ni stance e wo ha say na ya go dia eko I don't know I'm not more. I will be able to be a thing with the coca. I the suppose there was a would be in because the contest now had a money. And so good no and number runs away company. Right now, just say to money and you put your mother to me for more. Everybody force or confidence about no with me and now we need the secretaryship. Now, Francois, so the Francois you be fight the most way the way you are position. I think the banana, Bobo Dina, at Semoa, Babitine. If you are no share, now holding our part to be more, I was so now can phone you know, the Jumba SBC and what they organize and not to put in antique. If you are no person or no Babay secretary, the secretary know about the or no person different. I had to say a first panel as when young boy some time. Na obo nti se saban ni ho a opeso butichi na wo tini be de obeye edwuma no se de so betini aboa ba ka ti so ayefe na aso tini aye enkan ko ti si aro no se na ho din no o party no hwe no a betini aka se udi omo amaka ina di si aye suku aso a aye fa so a na ho din ne wo so esen omo aka bebe ba ti betini aye ntimi che se delegate no se na esi eko so betini ato aba no ayam so another Oyando, another
okay. But so about the first vice regional chairman, so and also a keenly contested or a former chairman for a year. The Formena constituency, Akosinti, very popular, a very serious critic of a year chairman want to meet leadership in the region. Akosinti say delegate no Entwa Mano na omeye first vice chairman. Now over a year the bankroller and founder Edema Brekum Chelsea football club no Miankasa Minua Amufa Jantua equally seeking say ononso be first vice regional chairman for the New Patriotic Party. At that particular level, no, say the city here. Hello, Kwame Otemenka. Yes, me bisa for the first vice regional chairmanship position, no, the personalities are involved, no, so are keenly contested. Enti Akwasinti any amufanso saying a grounds no city here.
What was the sorry, I really can't cry. And what was the overhouse in Ohio? About the camp, will be okay. Apasinti is Apasinti Okuka. Wow, and I'm so ejinamo Okusu Swapa. And she legally know over a year, Tapawuchi, a Nafa. What was that? And the contest, no, 1,000 million cancers up, you know. The contest between Tapawuchi and Kuka. And Apasinti here. Omina who says, look at me from what Kenya, so that's why I then. I don't want to oh, that. I perceive here, or probably the other person to Olubia, or what kind of cray. I perceive a bit of number for what kind of cray. But I am not a father afraid to form some good there. No credit, no car, and we are. I bet to depend because I where they are called how. Oh, and you also okay. I really you will be with your thing. And Jimia, Amufa, and I bet you about so that you'll be also coming or coming with another. And then decided the business of the whole president and Ukraine. Or says of course, the Papa, I've been taught from you, I will move you and Tim. I say about 2 on that 2 abano and Yama. no cray. And as on the two about so the Amase, I think, young got this person now so that Abontiana. Because we are in how I was thinking just from 2016 about 2 or more and bar power, but the know, Sadia or not so some kind of here. Aha, maybe a year prior to the year been but it's been so hard, and then they decided as about the first vice, no, to be I was thinking and I said. The best idea I abufa. I also should be a rival between that two political no a Kokane a Chabawu. I'm picture at the town and the video no ultimo there never be great made and airport. I know the obviously who come for organize a video no a year when you who baby here
okay.
But obviously about 20 years, yes, a fear delegate. To me back.
Right. I think Kwame, Mami Found see here na Yebesan so anywhere din Komobim. Why? From the Ashanti region. But about one so fresh here, my young why? Okay. Enti yensem troni Kwame Bafo Ajiman ana yeneno edi enkomono from Asante Mantemo na aropay a lot of issues ekoso in the Ashanti region. For now, it was expected say and kabatu by now the nkese say shase but say ye ka say you know entimi en shase utie ye report na a mark clear indication say delegate no akomo ho biem na candidate no so akomo ho biem afi ne extra sha wo mu nyina in their hotels near there enti election na nkasa might eat later into the day as planned schedule no na nkese say by nonson nanka abatuo no ahyase free no mienu ekosi no miensa so no nanka abatuo ni nyina no etimi aba na wieye but just about 7 minutes to 9 abatuo no enhyase. What it means is that there has been about 2 hours delay with the commencement of a year elections, a year Kumasi, the Ashanti regional capital. And that is what is happening Asante Mantemo. We'll try and then get into the other regions. Na yema unhudi koso regions no emo and so. But baby aduduona no any no eye Asante Mantemu ne Hong Kong so ana yenewo ache. Now photos ne pictures ni bia no ene the positioning no ana wo the notice of poll no quite an interesting one. Chairman Kokofu ene chairman odene ho Kweku Apia 1 and 2 interesting dynamics ana echo into this particular election. And just stay with us na yenewo eni sa enkomo Eastern Region Medical Cultural Dada. Now the campaign coordinator for Dr. Bawumia presidential bid in January 2026 nipa or coordinate Dr. Bawumia campaign Epoye Mantemo in the Eastern Region he's also seeking to become the next regional chairman for the party. The incumbent chairman we are told say a very strong supporter of Dr. Brana Champo. And all these years he's been supporting Dr. Brana Champo in the just ended presidential primaries so January this year or supporting Dr. Brana Champo. Now there's every attempt to ensure obetimi free akonya so but dynamics saying there are allegations and issues of promises in the last 4 years he obey a chairman or the constituent in some of the constituencies are ultimately for failure, which those issues are coming back to him again this time round. But in all of that, share a year the Equiapin block, share a year the Oko a year before the Sonsua. The blocker a walk before so and prior so abetifi and in patem you are rest assured say a hono vote massively ebeko ediama Jeff Kunedu then usane down at the bar the main southern part of the Eastern Region, Oba Brim, Oba New Draben North, Oba New Draben South constituency, or the Basuhum constituency, Ekwa di Kosi, a Brim constituency, and Nimpatemwa Akano of Wasia Irebi, Ekwa Kosi, Sawama Duedri, and Afinso Akimoda constituency. Akosiakwa will be in the studio shortly, and he can better tell us what is really happening in the eastern region. Again, some of the members of parliament are and you're so much happy with the course. So in terms of the constituency executive election, polling station executive elections are one more year, one more they build the album, and they delegate agent so ye constituency officers are and opay set ye can say the same constituency officers and air to about regional officers. The organization of it, many of the members of parliament, believe we say there's been a lot of influences akọ through in their respective constituencies. Kwanya regional reps ebehwe abatoɔ no so efa so ye abatoɔ no ene ho nhyehyɛ no majority of them na no enye omo the few ones and so eniema no ekɔ in their favor no so much happy and excited about the collation of the album leading up to the primaries at that one somewhere early part of next year. And in the eastern region no dynamics no akwa ye bebre na afei it looks more or less like say between chairman Kojo Boateng, chairman Kojo, and Jeff Kunedu, voting no will be coming in blocks. And Kwaufuo no will be voting in blocks. Na afei uba kwunso ade kwawu block no so ebeba na afei waba latte ekuapemne ne mpatem no block no so ebetimi aba. Na afei wasane aba form of Fuase Ayebi Asaman Kese ene ne mpatem no so will be voting in blocks. Enti at the end of the day no the ubetimi aye to canvass a lot of the votes coming from all these blocks, would determine say ubetimi e winnie and I say untimi e winnie in the eastern region. And the eastern region, there so quite an interesting region to look out for. Omutu ni nyina no a contested 4 years ago head to head ama Jeff Kunedu etimi ewini. But mamen kwa homane so na many Dr. Jonathan Asante Ochiri eni enkomo onono political analyst. Now what this day means for the New Patriotic Party, he'll tell us more na yene no eni enkomo. Doc, otimenka good morning and anyone to say hello Doc. Dr. Santiago Cheshiminka, good morning. Okay, we'll try and get him back onto the line. Get him Eddie and Komo. And in the eastern region, and so very, very interesting. Now, over the Greater Accra region, over 33, 34 constituencies, the New Patriotic Party in the Greater Accra region, there were only 5 seats in the Greater Accra region. From 21 seats in 2016, in 2020, and I think so in 2024, by the close of polls, now the New Patriotic Party has lost a lot of their seats in the Greater Accra region, a cosmopolitan area, the national capital of the country. Chairman Divine and in the team, Regional Secretary Parker, equally is getting a very serious contest. Now, in the Greater Accra region, Chairman Divine, I am not doing in this particular contest. Now, you have the Lejokuku former member of parliament, Dr. Okoboy, saying, Debbie, baby, politics, you need a lot of strategies, ebetimi aye Juma Yie. Na afebetimi abuama party aye attractive, especially within the capital. A former minister for health, a former deputy minister for health, a former chief executive at the National Health Insurance Authority, and a former member of parliament. Now he's seeking say Obeba Beye the next regional chairman for the New Patriotic Party. Now, so what do we need at the Dr. Okoboye Onyobia or Kasabibri, on Pekasabibri. Now he believes elections ideas and strategies are ubetimi put in place. Na afi wetimi ahwe say ubetimi canvass a lot of the votes na ediama o party. Osase no na campaign go smoothly until say oko America say okwakohwe a World Cup match okoye okoshia ni nuanom ewo NDC mo Sami Jemfi Erike J mo mfonyi be de da abonten. Then people started using that against him. Now Alfred Okotu is a very responsible and a very well committed party person or also all this work or did the sika ne bibia na ho de ne nim de ede aboa eye party no. In fact, Alfred Oko is also another version of a year Bernard Okoboy. On also believe say as I say party no a more resourceful, very strategic in all the dealings are obeying with me Eddie winning a lot of the a year vote in the Greater Accra region. And in the Greater Accra region as we speak this morning, no dynamics no a very interesting. You have Parker, our no a year regional secretary. Many are saying say wako 8 years. 8 years no baby a wo fa party no a free year and the baby a wo the party no abedru in terms of parliamentary seat a crop party this say in the Greater Accra region no a very much worrying situation for the party in the next 8 years and as in the next few 2 years where you no as a party no everything possible to rescue the Greater Accra region in ensuring say one more person winning the 2028 presidential elections then they ought to do a lot of work in the Greater Accra region. And the Greater Accra region no, comes with its own dynamics. We'll have a deeper look at it now after Yetimi after. But let me go on to the phone lines again. Now, many Dr. Okoboy and many Dr. Santiochi Fachame in the Nkomo. Doc, what do you mean? Good morning.
Good morning, Speaker. Speaker, what do you mean?
Yes, but you can't say what you mean.
We need to wait kakra.
Okay, we'll try and adjust it. Air cost. But so what you mean? I will pay your general perspective about the regional delegate conference, New Patriotic Party, across the country.
Well, let me say good morning to your good self and your viewers as well and colleagues in the studio. Let me say, as part of the internal elections, I was about the regional level. But Adiakaka Midimu Yao and say, well, maybe the parties in opposition, but euphoria now usually around the elections of that channel and Demi, and that probably also explains why they are their lowest ebb in terms of their political journey. But that being said, so far so good. If said they need stronger candidates in Greater Accra and Ashanti region. If you look at it critically, anytime the NDC gets beyond 30 and above in Ashanti region, MPP is losing the elections.
I see. Yes, Nabi Bisa say earlier on mentioned say euphoria no akofom. Is it a case media no na Emma election no enough attention and coverage and now say party na nkasa an attempt to publicize the air cosunne said the be Ghana for nyina betimi de omani adi akire no eno no no mo nhye da enye ni ye ana wo mo antimi anye ni
ye. It's as if say
yes.
Confidence level of form. Because and elections as important as this, euphoria, I was saying high. You need to engage the media to rip up the sentiment of the public.
Okay.
So that people will follow it, and that in itself, will ginger and bring back the life that is gone, the verve that is gone. As if it's I don't know whether they don't believe that they can win the 2028 elections in Tinebia. In terms of investment, they are toning down. Other than that, MPP, the strongest opposition, in the country. I mean, it surprises me. And I said the same thing on another platform. If not, say Bianca, one or two be discussing this particular issue. I think probably many people wouldn't have even brought up this particular issue.
Okay.
What is taking the limelight is the AXA, deal, and then the review, and then all the brass around it. Unlike this one. You know, I think electoral, you know, organizers, you know, they needed a lot more resources to be able to champion that particular cause, because some manasana people will not even get to know those who have been elected.
Okay.
So and that doesn't augur well for them.
Okay, but this is the last but one process in terms of reorganization, no? And I said the last but one because already, no, omo polling station executive election, omo constituency election. In fact, omo I elected a flag bearer for a year 2028. At the parts of the structure, no, the regional election are last but one because after an exercise, no, the next and the final year reorganization stage, you know, electing the national executive committee in a national conference. I think we are told, sir, in October. And I mean, yes, what it means is that gradually, you know, the new patriotic party, you know, get it to a point. Reorganization, it is presumed, say, putting their structure and everything in place. So far, no, we are impressed and again, contest here, it looks as if, say, the people contesting in the Ashanti region, Kwana, interest, you know, war. Other regions, you know, are very dormant and very quiet, and we hardly hear of a year or more, candidates are into this particular election.
So you agree with my assessment of Adeomoye so far?
Exactly. Because, so, yes.
Yeah, apart from the Ashanti region, there isn't much euphoria. You know, people are not even interested. And then probably Greater Accra because of the Toko boy and then that Alfred, you know, individual as well. I don't know if this will be the last but one, or you may not. You don't want to consider MPship as part of the internal election.
Well, the MPship, you know, primary is but I don't know, will be somewhere next year. The Honorable Akwesiakwa is in the studio to confirm your mind.
Maybe they will do orphan constituency.
Okay.
And then do the ones that they have, you know, MPs, sitting MPs there. And you know, I mean, as you said rightly, so far so good, with the exception of some areas. I think say Oman Kasama Dani Omano one constituency be about say they cancel, declare the null and void and then later on turn around. I mean, what you say, unlike yesteryears, no, they don't really have that much clout to be able to control affairs of the party. So this is the more reason why maybe when they get to the national level, it is good that they are getting some bulwarks within the party to get to the regional level as well. Maybe Dr. Kuboy will want to use that as a platform to get to the national level next time around. So it means to say we're in way free. Probably MPship elections, you know.
Okay.
Or maybe, I don't know if you still have an eye for that particular ball. But other than that, the interest so far, more in the Ashanti region than anywhere else, and probably Greater Accra, as you rightly pointed out.
But interest in Ashanti region, Ashanti region, there no, Odi near Diachre, lawyer Henry Kwabena Kokofu, any Odeniho Kweku appear. Coca now very exciting dynamics are in the last 1 week to 2 weeks in the lead up to the election. No, we are told said dynamics, you know, as Kakra, because earlier on, no, Coca was very strong and then was in the lead. Now Obiana Reshe Mone said election where the end shut down quite competitive, sir. But just few days to the election, no, as a near money be no, yes, sir. Again, indications are say a lot of people are being whipped in line for a year chairman Kokofu. And what do you see and how will a NDA turn out for the Ashanti NPP?
You see, the embarrassment that Chairman Wontumi has brought to the party, and I heard Chairman Wontumi support base, you know, they have been whipped in line, as you said, no, to support Dr. Kokofu to win. Maybe because of past events, Abia, Kuka, and that of Wontumi, rivalry, maybe it has not really ended on a good note.
Okay.
But let's do the analysis. Why would Wontumi want to be the national chairman if he really knew, say, or contest here, winning Ashanti regional chairmanship in Libya? Why was he going for the national chairmanship? When in actual fact, there was no way they were going to vote for him, no matter the resources that he was going to commit. I mean, the NPP just wanted to be a laughing stock in this country, that you want somebody in the person of Wontumi to be the national chairman. My goodness, what has really happened to the party? That aside, no, that embarrassment that is brought to the party, I think that they should have a rethink. I was thinking, Sebia, Dr. Kokofu would gain their support behind the scenes. But for them to come out openly to say that, no, if Dr. Kokofu, finally wins that particular slot, that would have meant that these people really are fomenting issues of galamsey, and that they don't seem to care about what has really happened. I think Mr. Coker has really conducted himself very well, incredibly so. And over the years, having been a thorn in the flesh of, Wontumi, I think it is about time, say, they will grant him the honor of becoming, the regional chairman. Between the two of them, the party can decide for the two, but I believe it's Chairman Coker may, if it appears that Chairman Coker is not an establishment candidate, that will be the only disadvantage that he's going to have. Because Obekaya, like I said, I don't know if it was on Onuya TV. The mere fact to say Amatu Abayi Dr. Baumia Kaneno means most people will likely be whipped in line. And then people who are identified as supporting Honorable Kennedy Japan, definitely they will be kicked out of the system. And they may not have the opportunity to occupy certain sensitive positions within the party. And then it means they would have elected a democratically elected, flag bearer, because you are either with him or against him. And once it happens that way, then you are going to face some challenges in terms of internal cohesion and unity. But thankfully, the establishment, in terms of Dr. Baumia, came out only to speak about greater Ashanti region. Said they are not in support or favoring any candidate. I think that was a good piece that they put out there. But we also say that is probably a facade in terms of to the public, yes. But behind the scenes, we know who their candidate will be, because if Wontumi Campano Elfi said Kokofuna also Mugia Koko supporting one, and we all know where Wuntumi's allegiance is. And his allegiance is to that of Dr. Baumia. So you can do the maths and do the calculation and arrive at only one particular conclusion. Perhaps at this point in time, unfortunately for Mr. Coker, Dr. Kokofu could be the establishment candidate. And I think they must equally have in mind, they said, I think Coker should also attract some sympathy vote. And that sympathy vote will come up about from the fact that maybe because Papa contest is like the national chairman, who is unfortunately not well. What's the name? National
Stephen Intim.
Stephen Intim. He was a perennial contestant or candidate contesting for various positions. And then it got to a time that the entire delegate felt said, "No, time also." That was a Homer Stephen Tim opportunity of the national chairman. And they did, so that sympathy vote to his benefit. I'm equally foreseeing something of that sort. So, it may equally come out from a sympathy vote that is going to get, because he's been there, he's been spending money, right, resources, as it were, on these delegates. And, Dr. Kokofu, but just one time for the first time now, by dear, I think he could easily get sympathy vote, but he just have to be very vigilant.
Okay, but just to wrap up with you, in case you didn't know, Adope Yene, the spokesperson, Edema Chairman Wontumi Edi Nkomo, and he clearly confirms Chairman Wontumi is still in the race for the national chairmanship, and the nomination EBA Look, nomination ni be nyame adoma next week one be pick a form no on behalf of Chairman Woon to me. What that will mean no and say he will be in prison but still be seeking say NPP delegate in a national conference ebetimi ato aba the amano. I'll take your comment on that. Now we are for the Greater Accra region. Alfred Boy Eyobia in the last 4 years on it divine Otune contest here. Now Alfred Boy in the last 4 years in Lucy by just 6 vote margin against the incumbent regional chairman Awoho Sese. And what it means is that we're very popular in the Greater Accra region. But this time round, Divine Otu say on co-election in him. He's coming head to head with Dr. Okoboy. Now, very strong candidate as well, former minister, former deputy minister, former member of parliament, Enedi Ekekahun. What kind of personality and Greater Accra region, NPP, here say to be able to steer the affairs of the party going into 2028?
At the national level, let's say Dr. Pargrave will almost say over contesting. Yes, sir.
Yes, what is Chairman want to be contested? Yes.
I think my brother is in a tight corner. He has nothing else to do or say but to also reassure the support base of Mr. Wontumi. Well, that is fair, but I think it is just a comic relief. Nobody will want to. Maybe some 1 or 2 sympathy vote, but I don't think there's any serious delegate will want to consider that, as an option to go for. It is not proper. And on the issue of the Greater Accra, I think that at the party level, maybe Alfred Boy will be a household name. But at the party and then the national level, Dr. Okoboy, stands tall. He has a very high pedigree within the party and without. So, as I said earlier on, Greater Accra commands the largest population in terms of the list of electorate. And so, it is an important constituency. Say, when you're a strong candidate, everything you affect you. If you look at the trajectory, I think so far the NDC has won more in Greater Accra from 1992 than the NPP. I think my data, but I don't. Maybe I'll consult that in later times, but not now. Until now, Greater Accra has always been a Waterloo for the NPP. Majority-wise, the NPP have won some.
But currently, only 5 seats in the region.
Yes, not even the seat per se, like the general election itself, both presidential and then the NPP. Go back at 2020 elections, it is often said that when you win Greater Accra, you should be able to win the national elections. The NDP won 2020, they have won 2024 as well. 2020, according to the report that the Electoral Commission got, it means that the NDC did not win the national elections. In 2024, it's a massive win. So Greater Accra is an important constituency in general for the 2 main political parties, and especially the NPP. According to data, you are seeing more attraction of the youth to the NDC in Ashanti region. And I think Mr. John Bodu has even agreed to something of that sort by a statement attributed to him. Until Greater Accra then becomes another, territory that's definitely going to be a tough war. So you will need a stronger candidate to win that, someone who has that clout. I don't know much about Alfred Boy, but I know more about Dr. Okoboy. So this time around is the first timer, all right, but Mr. Alfred Boy and maybe Okoboy becoming an establishment candidate, more likely, because maybe Wafufa being an MP, being a deputy and being a substantive minister, And we all know what he did during the COVID period, how he was able to articulate the issue of COVID and other things. He became a household name. And then, of course, internal elections, he had resources near the film. It's all going to be about delegate decision, but most likely, I cannot wait to me.
Okay.
Ahead of Alfred Boyd.
Okay. Doc, I don't pay Mami now. I say I'm highly grateful for your time.
Speaker, all the best.
Very well, thank you. And Dr. Jonathan Asante-Ochre, a lecturer with University of Cape Coast, and so a political scientist, analyst as well. I don't know, pay only a dean combono. But the Akemodan Member of Parliament on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party at Nase, Ura Alexander Akwesi-Akwana, I'm very much surprised. And Rana and Yema Bibrina Akosu Mitrim, na Mibisame who say. Obeba show yi by time ben obedru koforidia dabi asaman kese na watimi akwakoto na aba a very important question anope what na see amema na chairman akwaba no esese wotimi eyi no sanso so na menua Solomon Owusu director of communication for the UP party anope wononso atenase mamema the honorable member of parliament ache na mema na akwaba. Honorable, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Speaker.
Na enema muti say na wotwe na koye de.
Nyame adom kakra.
Okay.
Akoye.
Okay. Akwaba nso na moto aba ene.
Aye.
And we are delegate.
Aye.
Say oto aba.
Beto aba.
Obeto.
I shall say number 8.3.
Okay.
Entino ewia. Na besiko.
Ukwasa man kesi.
Aye. Between Accra and Asaman kesi de. A matter of 1.5 hours.
Okay.
Makakotuma baboko.
Interesting. Solo, good morning.
Ciao, Mr. Speaker Kwame.
Nah, this is encyclopedia. You cry, we are not dim.
We are not dim. Rabi dim trust. This is our character. We be an occasion work with Yaba.
Yeah, the digitize kakray.
Then character we gado fili gadochi. Yatro.
Where the digital
Is it as all the fast live no na Ghana? I see.
Why I found a page?
Now, party what to say?
And what day? Said 2028, Yan to about na Dodona Ejava United Party said. Yemrana, Yemfa, Ghana for Mebunu Mabawa, and in Rancheno, and may have more bit my chrononium fangalamsi, a bit of my dream or more. O my yes, o man who don't want on the way you want. Normally, I had on your body. I did your body, I got oh, my uncle, it's better than I had. Say, what did you have? That all who did brother. Now, why on my year? You pardon your galapse, also a galapse. On my year, a banam singing. So on your court in the. I know. Abrantia na semna wo ye no se social pass obi dia se bato so ye galamse na wa ntumi afara nko court na so wo gobodua de ho na me start head tutu
na wo hwe ni tutu
na emra wo gobodua endua be
asebi abone ye kwe
aputu adiai
ana
ye suspect what to be a jina na so wo ye galamse wo ntumi taking all law court wo so gobodua na assembly na all leading no sa assemba e dua bono so I mean, what are we dealing with here? And it's a video. May obi a way galamse mi so so. Na mo so bi so ka se banya no kwamfo bi ho a. If is maybe also you dealing no eye maybe o man na hye. Na ka so nkobodua dia na wa start ma me suspect.
Okay.
And then I may suspect.
But Nyamia Daroma last week there was an information said Shraj petition bi akudu omo.
Yes.
Na Shraj I refer petition to OSP.
Okay.
The fact that Shraj have yet preliminary investigation.
Yes.
Now evidence is facts. Now I can say it borders on corruption related offences in Tino and call OSP no. Me put Nyama to rest. I have said say I won't comment on it again.
Okay.
Because that was what I've been crying for the past 1 year.
Oh, okay.
May appeal to local government minister, may appeal to presidency. But I was saying to me, say bibi for muhua, omunim konfaso kataso. Na adere so edi enya. Enti no me da nyamia se me nya hoden a gine mu up to this time. Nothing. Because my young cousin said we could go through stretch and come quarter that.
Okay.
It's in a way no I could do OSP no. Me join it.
How do I know?
I met join OSP no.
Okay.
Because I brand here no they call stretch no. But then before Senka, the bosses, the minister, and they kind of saying the presidency, AJ facts no show more. Na do me na kasa. Na wagia to me say do you because see I don't know one of the things I may consider in the election of MMDCs.
Okay.
Meaning MMDCs, you know, you pressure, but a purely an administrative position. The politics is there. It is a good giant element popularity in
yeah.
Sometimes formulation of bylaws and implementation in Puno a bit there because now the cracks of many brands here not saying and they say or see your bylaw a chile say so ubi illegal mining na assembly ni bit me fine no me so mrase bedwani me say o man mra ne say obi ya galamsey ya de ne court Old police court dinasem assembly ni eyikwa enwa na akwa afimua ediduabo na nanom abamu no de kekeka ho no ne obviously o ka asem na say ehanwa on kana no ntum ndodo so beka bia kire wo de obeye wo assembly ho de obeye wo odani ade na enya de
ba common fund de onsaka
de bio eno de I give it to him.
Okay,
I give it to him. Me jira nka say me chulo bia na say no beka the two just say we obe 1.5 million dam common fund na me de ye de
on fund ye
na so common fund so obi be kase tia wo common fund ho na o kase wedi na say say be nyame ato be sam kakra na me tibi de me bottom sky ye niema na common fund my year market for certain specific projects na me fam zanka ya and also MCU the betudwa but you see it's part of the propaganda just to make me look bad because I'm on his heels but your mind the actually
of course
that thing that happened ABC wa mansie
yes
but amansie de no omunya omuchi didi mu because say it was a system that was operating but when it was a unilateral decision and nipa no a and even
with Amansia Dieno, the presidency has said, Amansia Dieno was, I mean, a documentary, Erasmus Asaridon Komo a year, right? And almost finding out, say, assembly no fine illegal.
Right? Say, we gotta follow that story because of main interest. Say, oh, Kwako, Jumanwa, Baby Chastica.
Okay.
Assembly machine now the kwakoye juman be trustika. Caterpillar the kwakoye juman be trustika. It is more like giving you permission to go and buy. Abra ye nimu say your mra wo Ghana ha eno na control.
Unim say even after the registration of your company. Oko district biya mu na kwakoye juma. As a assembly no business operating permit.
But the uba miner the regulatory regimes on ewo
dada
uwie no a ansa wako BOP what you say I know the list of it because you see the regulatory regime of mining no edin kakra until obiye no no ma sofa we nyina no legal license or they kwaku to form na BOP e be anything oba be easily what I say but the enim say enne nipa no go through the regulatory regime mining na ekosu bebre nada
na okomano BOP na
illegal what I say this any panel and na me bisa question be say ever since I started this door that police has been so emboldened omachi nipa be miensa bi yen bisa say omo na ya chi omse omo illegal no has assembly gone in there to say ya chi illegal but mama e BOP ana no
okay
why is the assembly not doing that now it means that shouldn't be your concern is to save the environment. Your concern is to ensure that ESN one, you bet me above by for posterity any year. So that's it. Until a major concern, I will say establishing say about Obama MMDCs. I will say when yes, sir, obey the popularity about budget. Obey we are obey interpreting laws no any bylaws no send your panel. Now one here will start having many countries or mining money. Now, and also, assembly, no, because it got to a time, some of the assembly members tried to hear, so, oh, yeah, you're passing bylaw there. Then we told them, you can't have a bylaw that supersedes that of the national league. And the interest is to let us understand. Now, other assemblies also, e dia yesua de answer galamsey fight e beti be hunu say ye ko nampa
okay mamemma trifuate moko amrashe bedwani nso ache na memba na kwaba the honorable one day amrashe bedwani ona ne din ye me depa osayi minu ya madam for on the ticket of the end days honorable one day
madam for
minu anso madam for no honorable go say ko problem ana
oyalda
okay honorable one day morning.
Good morning, I'm to sing.
I'm here now, sir.
Everybody here, Mobo. You're here. Na, Maminsha, Naminsha, 1 year.
You in as a mentonka, and 1 year, dear.
Oh, that.
Is that why you?
Minsha,
never quit your man of
1 year, and your bread, see, Mimianum, a panelist. A branch, as a riding in the bois for na me check for seriously Wednesday training ya kodi dwuma bi otwefo
okay
mokwa was the accounting to the people series no ya koye wo twefo mokwa and mamina nana mo aba ya twefo man hene etimokwa man hene wo nyina ne no mapamfo aba ya honorable DC Ezekiel Sen Madam Confidence mo Isaac Pra Odro anyone here by the entire assembly no ye dwuma kase so ye do mo nyina say I mean chia papa
but they say DC ma problem bia anti e bia go bia nyamba mo
I mean we respect each other
okay
into me did say there should be no issues like that Kofi Osen dia yeah, Mabo Friday. I think sir, we respect each other and to that call. So there should be no problem. We work together properly. And Maminchia, me bra penny get fun boss.
Okay.
And then the Maminchia bra AJ. Maminchia no Jumakesia OD. I think sir, our chief executives no. Ye dwuma kase obi ti say Eduji Tamakolo and all of them AJ Miaminu Eric AJ and wo make kan wadwuma omo ya no eso enti get fan boss and pay my main show na when shire say wakwa wutuo no aye dwuma pa we ya mo mai no yehu
okay
na Irade encounter na kwaswaye. Seriously, sometimes when I come here, I thought this is an English speaking.
Oh, that be China.
Na obre so baka China kakra.
Atu profonso. But
to akwesi akwadia. No, ze jandam no tonso.
Slangs, optimist slang is because slang is a time one. Enkoyi. No catch you as well. No, you're not preaching. The blame for this.
I didn't see Maria. But His Excellency Mahama said, Ejuma Koye, Tiama MPP for Nyabridia.
We
now in the issue of Galamsey, you know, I idea a year here, dear Mayana. I have suggested, say, Galamsey, no, we need to tackle it in different tranches. Phase 1, no, in river bodies. We must be deliberate about the river body issues. Speedboats, Yemfenguso. Yempe Wamua, Wamuho Ding, Nomoya Srafua, Omunimuncio Huejuma.
Okay.
Yemfengu speedboats, no more enquo. There must be no mercy for the cripple on the river bodies. Deliberately. And I think that we can do it. Ye honor me about forest and also. One was a forest no. I'll go to Nutuna Mienu and Amiansa. Baku or why? Omo process in any time to say a quantum mining for the AB. And we move bunya a say quiet because I no alluviano gold no etiquette assassin any. Into bunya no trotros wa qua na for the excavator na boaboa aboɔ no ano na fe wahoro na no ɛsɛe asase ne sɛe nsuo ɛno no yɛ alluvia no means once you deal with the river bodies no now stop one then you deal with that one.
Okay.
What you say? The third one no ayɛ deɛ ɛyɛ aboba long shaft ɛno when you say aboba ketewa bi anaasɛ wobɛtumi ato amara bɛɛ table yi so no one sink the long shaft ahyɛm ɛno aboba na wobubu ɛde kɔ fam anam asase no ase ɛno na mostly large scale miners no ɛyɛ
okay
nti wobɛdu takwa sɛ no tadan megyina takwa mede meka mekɔtɔfo a bɛte gbogum na asase no ase a ɔtakwa no na ɔma yɛ blasting timbisa ne ɛkyɛ sɛ wɔ atakwa ha ekuro no nyinaa koraa hangɛ ɛno no yɛ ɛfam aboba a yɛbubuo si yɛbɛtumi aboa wɔn mu a ɛyɛ ɛno ahyɛ wɔn mu the technical know-how na mmabuno no yɛ encourage wɔn on that score ɛno no nsɛyɛ nsuo ɛno no mbubu kwaeɛ ngu. Let's be deliberate, deal with the water bodies, deal with the alluvial issues, and I think we will be there.
Okay.
Mijidi ajitum say, see the galamsey trade, you know, there is a lot of prospects in there. Sika wombebre. And you know, people are encouraged to go in there illegally when they feel there is a loophole. Into na MMDCB, now there is an allegation of that kind of thing. It's because of the level of influence we feel say when you're into or the fastener or why you're there, and I think those guys are not going to go scot-free. When His Excellency John Dramani Mahama gets them, they won't go scot-free.
Okay.
Again, let's also be very cautious about this. Let's not be in hurry to incriminate and prosecute people who are not the wrongdoers. And no,
a bit is a why.
A bit is say, a son say yachi galamse near 2 months. Kaneke yampe obin so fa ebin to no so. Ni atwe na so ni aka say Sebio Hwehwemu ankomu yie ni ehu se nokre is guilty of the accusation. Those are the things that we must guard against, because it will be proper to let thousands of criminals go scot-free than to jail one innocent person. It will be prudent to let thousands of criminals go scot-free than to jail one innocent person. Enti yema yehwehwe mo nko yie na se asam no yede tu nipa no so a yamfa aprepre amfa na nkotum wabra nipa no onye dia yede ato no so.
Okay.
It's very important.
And that is exactly the case of Wontumi here. You know, appeal na ebekoswo no.
Case of what?
Appeal na ebekoswo. Why no the okan ye pada.
Obianko.
Pada no
Obianko court. Obianko court.
The okan ye powder.
I think that what Wontumi din, and I will use about 2 minutes if you like to deal with. No, you were talking about just 2 minutes. With the greatest of respect. Just 1 minute. I will blame His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP for allowing Wontumi to go through this. Okay, there was a report from Professor Boateng. And now, after the sector minister, Akufo-Addo wa power no. Say one kwa ye juma. Why young juma be catcher or say, a quantum mining anyone to me engage in illegal mining. What did Akufo-Addo do? You see, if you do not reprimand your child at home, the law will reprimand your child with no mercy.
Yes, especially when there's a change of power.
Hold on.
Especially when there's a change of power.
Oh God, we are talking. Let us be careful.
Yes.
If you do not train, reprimand your child at home, the Lord that has no mercy will reprimand your child, and that will be very grievous. Inti keba ye nankakufo ado, eni na pamfo etwi wuntumi adwengyina so. Eye de ebe ye ma wuntumi gyaye ye. Se nkrata na ebe ma ne ama ne yie, se reclamation obe ya waye ne yie, se de obe ya ne yie no. De akufo do chusu ye ne se okogina simpie so no de dede. Akonta mani na wuntumi are not engage in any illegal money. Do you know what that statement did? Hold on. Do you know what that? Do you know that statement? When him that's no. Do you know what that statement? Do you know what that statement did to Wontumi? First of all, Akufo-Addo disgraced the sector minister and rendered him useless, and encouraged Akontamani na Wontumi and all other illegal miners. He emboldened them to go ahead and do it more. Like people are doing that. And no idea again, if you do not reprimand your child at home, the Lord that has no mercy will reprimand him, and it will be very grievous. It must be a learning to everybody.
Learning idea. I was saying learning because as of now, the Galamseyers are emboldened because there is no effort to say you better reprimand the clear cases. Like I'm saying, they could say this because they are in power. And say they came up with you and say law na ye juma. Montana by Munche forever. Evidence is so there and people. What I say, especially when you have people who are not efficient in crime and we want to even put the evidence out. We are keeping all of them. What I say? It didn't say, I didn't know, and yet, and ra, and then so, and you can say, yeah. So you are doing Galam baby, do know, a hat general Yamamu. Okay. Obia Kabi. Okay. All right. So, what dear, President Tabeka said, Onim said and call for Yebi. Onim said and call for Yebi. He has all the investigative powers, but on apply Mubakumpo. One more I refer woman and the Ama Yokumpo, and then you take one. And then President, I say, would him say, oh, opposition, this is no money a day and another year. And then what by Bemuya President? You have all the powers at your disposal, but your chi, the Papa Kumpu, I want to be so all year. But the evidence are out there. It is actually, if the law, I will say, has no mercy. Juma. Obianka says, Sabe, Obi the
okay, all right. You're moving on from there. Now, Yemramo election nation. Now, very interestingly, it's still raging dynamics in here. Quite interesting.
Yes.
Chairman Kojo Boateng, Chairman Kojo, and Jeff Kunadu, right? A former regional secretary, currently the regional chairman, 2022.
Yes.
And Amotuaba at the man. In that contest, Jeff Kunadu enya over 424 votes, as against Chairman Kojo Boateng 202 votes.
Yes.
But Kojo Boateng STG a comeback for the seat of chairmanship. And Mamintio generally, Maba Motona no pay. What it means for a party going into the 2028 election. Now, already, why are your favorites? I would to me a winning seat.
Yo, Dr. Nane Kasa, no,
Dr. Santiochi.
Okay, say, euphoria no, low. Well, meaning no, any na be that as it may. Say, ye behun sa, na so behun sa. Na de tie aban inefficiencies aban yi enyema bi a ekoso no na abodi page na pusa no e na age Ghana for attention
na ama MPP
Galam say MP that what tie me hwe wo hwe Galam say se mo ekoso na and last week to this election, and MPP in some. But you see, ɛyɛ den na yɛ di yɛ elections akyi bra yɛ nim sɛ galamsey ɛmbɛde yɛ ɛyɛ den ni yɛ di yɛ elections akyi
what is a bird you don't know the definition of a bird
so you must link it to
and define
ɛyɛ den yɛ di elections akyi bra legal vacations agye ya dadeɛ ɛyɛ den ni yɛ di elections akyi bra religious intolerance cripple into our system ɛyɛ den ni yɛ di elections akyi abra cocoa board issues yi ato atese ɛyɛ den ni yɛ di elections akyi bra axa bribery issue yi aba up eti achichachichi a ɛkɔ so rough ni ade no ɛyɛ niema ɛka more yɛ elections die yɛ bɛyɛ whatever it is no nyɛ euphoria biara no ɛna yehia whatever it is no delegates ekwakoto aba no wo mo ba kwakoto aba but mo bia hwe euphoria say ebehuru akosoro bebere ni ade because sabe enne no ye duru ba bi in a political dispensation obiye nim bebi okwakoto na ba akọ obiye nim de ohwe enti no the bank the fact say euphoria ni soro because MPP no from no it is because together ye na ya dwene say one minor ye timu no one more mudi yeso no omedi ye hwembo omedi ye kodich ifemienu pe ifemienu bonuri one mudi ye kodich menne asem bia wo bia so de wo ka bia ne say da ben na nkrofo yi ye bepam omo efie so enti ema amanfo adwina ewo mom so now let's get back to the elections all kano on say Greater Accra and Ashanti Eastern must be watched because Eastern is our second stronghold for a party
yes.
It's Eastern region, so elections so yeah, amount for any ADH. We have about 2 or 3 positions Eastern, Apeja, the chairmanship, so now can Kujo, you know, Thai friend on the Jeff and a call the last time. Yes, delegates are Ekwakoto Abano, such album. Expansion kakra ye no abeka ho ena ama delegates are na no moto aba no ebi enim ena ebi nso abafefo ena the issues are disposal nyema na ye consider the last 4 years no asesa ena ye opposition ye wo no ye hwe wono mu ombetimi aso party ni mu na omomfa special interest bia enkodi omo echi na de omo ba be ye nyina ne se ye behwe na ya boa na ye presidential candidate no yetimi edna ba ba mu ema ebia kaye APP for ehunu se opposition a yakotena se ye di ebufuo emfa ye ho ye nkoto aba no ne ade no enne mfie me ne kwanu ye akaye ni ye nyina me disifo kwa ka wo mani na ye nma ye ti opposition ye so akaye ni bi nti na obi akoto aba wo koto aba ahwe nipa obetima be steer the affairs of the party. Yako Ashanti regional dynamics now.
But when him say Eastern region, no, there is a lot of undertones koso. Unless say be a member of parliament or free home and home person beka W'asem. The context. Yes, but the Eastern work can we are call Ashanti.
I may share the real components.
Okay, but I'm saying sir, in the last contest I call so in 2022, no, it was a contest between the established government and then Brana Champo, and you know it. Say eneya ye ka say so. Sa the undertones ne da so ho. Jeff Kunedu, or current or incumbent chairman, no, is seen to be a strong supporter of Dr. Brana Champo. In fact, Chairman Kojo Boateng, Chairman Kujo, was the regional campaign coordinator for Dr. Bawumia ahead of 26 elections in January. So it is more or less like Bawumia as against Brana Champo, who is to lead that particular region. Now, enono so wonsu sanso emma mo MPs no ahead of mo primary side Mobeko. Is that really the level I say mo contest ne could do, or it should just be a contest of ideas and what the person know to improve more fortunes our region?
When you all call elections issues of the elections here na ye bebre. Sabi ideas will be our ideas when it's him. Obi abetche kwa obefa so a obewa ne party no. Na ya ehwe suban na ye hwe especially so ye incumbent a kwan ya wafa so arane system no and na yede a show. So that's here.
Yes.
It's and then no Sabria 4 years ago, no, not Jeff Kunadu, not or your secretary, not all but chairman. And authority and all Sabrino, not a lot of the Eastern Fono, Abrekakra, Sabrina chairman Kisi, Mano, and Kujo, ASL Oba. But at least Kujo was coming as a constituency chairman, and Jeff was a secretary. And it was a bit easier. Say, oh, secretary. Na ye juma wa bon homodi ye piano na me chairperson babe and the chairman for 4 years no and na ye babe assess so that's it say kuju Dr. Baumia spokesperson now so ye juma man no
campaign coordinator
in the Eastern region no would never hear no there because really ye no be a ye di Dr. Baumia chi
honorable last 4 years who follow election no
last 4 years.
No, 2022.
I will tell you, sir.
Kunadu nature man.
I will tell you, sir. I will tell you, sir.
Whereas you have all the government machinery coming in for
I was so much involved.
Okay.
Ye elections, no. Yakoko Thanksgiving watch him there. What do you say? And Sabreno, just like in there or da. Ewa huchiremu kakano. That's Breno now dawa huchiremu pa. And you or da fought a very hard battle. Now at that time the region was against Oda in a certain way. It we fought. It tie Jeff Chino, ye tie the chi. And I'm what ye shame more, ye place on by a chairman or by a chairman. It is a net or sabe biomua, ye be share whether he has delivered, whether he's lived up to expectation. In fact, the support for Bernard Champon Emma up so much. Just that elections now during primaries, I think say he overly displayed too much power with his support with Brian Champo.
Okay.
And some of us MPs were not happy with me say in particular here. I mean, he had an open confrontation with me on TV. With regards to Skasem and said for a chairman to have gone that far, no, I think say it was uncalled for.
And the idea Soto former yeti in the Eastern region, no solo. Is the fact say Jeff Kunadu Obian himself a supporter of Brian Champo, right? In fact, Brian didn't be the regional chairman. Now, after so winning in 2022 to become the regional chairman, Okochia Dr. Baumia, right? There were conversations about Dr. Baumia in the lead up to the 2026 primary Somuko in January, no, made him understand, say, man support you because currently now you're incumbent regional chairman and she also fairness a bit me aye juma right so what to me yes the likelihood say ebia obeko no post crane high right but say want me anye there then obviously you might want to have a contender out of the contest still clearly ahead of the primaries that thing was not down so it was an agreement from both sides. Now, your search ayaya kakrani nkomo ayedidi wo form indicate that to say the honorable okay ahead of the primaries he came in strongly for Brian because there was no way I know betimi atenanchen. Kujo is seen as a system person I more presenting for this particular election just as they did in May 2022. So clearly no it is Dr. Baumia against Brian Champo. As to who becomes the next regional chairman of the Eastern region no and honorable, you cannot say Sadia way no an influencing factor in a number to a motive.
May kind say it may be, but any strong enough. Delegates are going to look at the two. What I say? Delegate mobia ye nani ye baumia. Right? Ye nani ye baumia. Nenkomo or this election a bit different from all other MPs. So that's here. Because and then be a party in the drone, ye pebubia, se obedi chairman one, Ajumbolibia Mlanitimusa.
Okay.
Now, Obesha party, the non personality. And the personality we're all looking at now.
And you are becoming a victim of that.
Yes. Okay. I know. Yes, meaning, ye personality, any presidential candidates. That is how people are going to see, say, Ebia. Yemfa will be obeying Dr. Baumia yet Jumano Abuano. But I am not also thinking, Sir Jeff Eba Bedi Chairman, Obey Dr. Baumia Yejuma. Oh, to me, because he is there as a regional chairman. But the Jumano ever from and yen Nadia to Musa, Dr. Baumia and an echo. It is said, we all have to work for Dr. Baumia.
Okay.
Or no, as a regional chairman, and to me, to block Dr. Baumia's opportunities.
But we are satisfied with his leadership as a chairman,
maybe
as a member of parliament.
Maybe a personal. What they say, a very personal. I would say it here. They say Jeff has destabilized my constituency.
Okay.
But destabilizing the constituency, all because perhaps he's not happy and they don't support Brian. What they say. But me vote here back.
Okay.
At least he's managed to get.
But the Kaunko Adianka as a so-called as regional chairman.
Oh, of course, because Niya Odi from this last minute during the prime minister Amwa.
Okay.
And Adia Bakwa, Memeka Ewo Ye election ceremony say, Debbie, I was here pet independent bodies. No conducting your elections in my.
Okay.
Yeah, conducting elections are issues of regional chairman and no position in here should not come in.
Okay.
Because a bedu baby no na only our interest our elections in them. Jeff, omo kwako to abayi e delegates e executives. During your executive elections no enyamba bi course o dey petition kokra no dey ato nchen because onim say e bi enyamba bi course wo no say won crofo wi ni dodo omo nto ma no. O dey say and say make say certain people who have won in order.
Yes.
E bi am no na call contest me wi ni chinchina na dey wo ababe mame as deputy.
I see. By the appointment or more.
By the appointment or more. And the regional chairman is supervising these things because when himself deputy no, obeto aba amano
in the regional election.
In the regional elections. But say aman is hard one. I think so much regional chain. Na yenya an independent body be na omo ashe about what the money.
Okay. Or better about should be. But interestingly, no, by the data available, say compare Jeff Kunadu performance in the last 4 years. You would say, sir, the NDC is inching closer to getting 50% in terms of presidential vote in the Eastern region. Now, in 2020, NPP Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo recorded 752,061 votes, representing 60.5% in 2020. At the time, not Jeff, any regional chairman, right? Then NDC recorded 470,999. representing 38.5%, right? Then Jeff Kunadu becomes a regional chairman for the Eastern region ahead of 2024. Now, in 2024, Dr. Baumia, a year 490,294, representing 51.86%. President Mahama, a year 447,616, representing 47.35%. So clearly you see, sir, from 60%, the percentage of the New Patriotic Party, at about bedroom 51%. And then the NDC keeps appreciating in terms of vote from 38% in 2020 to 47%. That is a serious margin of a vote increment. It's by between the last 4 years. And just as Honorable said, it is purely dependent on a Juma executives plus who the candidate is. But Babim Bissau, if say after Edne, he still continues to be the chairman, what will be the general implication? Because that is the second stronghold of the New Patriotic Party.
Mr. Speaker, the woman say Omokofa Yesu Abedi Chirikrako Eastern Region as the chairman. And Sunday BC 2028 say party I hold the Besankofo. A scientific data and also rely on. One of my data. Eastern regions is here NPP leads NDC by only 42,678. And it cannot be considered as a stronghold in the strictest sense. It is so close, especially where United Party ever contested in election 2028. And I'm saying and he knows. At the end of war, statistically, at the end of MVP, we need your friend say Eastern region without huge numbers. MVP must say their party. One country they be as a account for party. Eastern region is not predominantly account people. So the
assistant.
Check
the last statistical service for share Eastern region. More of from.
I can find the doors. It cannot be. I'm from for a doors. But what I'm saying is, sir, or how now they go to Jeff for solo, and yet Jeff the course of sir defeat, and I said, oh my NDC to me bridge it gap.
Okay.
And your mammy and a ma MPP elususa election. That's how your man also know in Yanfrio. Number one, I memo the general memo and their coso. Sabun to go to a man rich. Now, ungo win election. Sike we be briana coso a ye can now montiano. That Ghana for the million ubi. A bamu dre arrogance of power.
Is it the ecosi?
Not a new pehu. Before I saw my penny were 2 car. Na Land Cruiser Bakum, Akunyasim, what they call Yatofu or Lagoon. 2 years say, now, what's it what they call Jeff? Jeff, who was all took our day, hey, Akunyasi, Kabakum. It's not a memo on your day, Enqui. No, Yana Quadana, exchange rate and their coso, you cry, you could jayema, IMF. IMF for no year barbecono, a moon sem ye coba, ye mirror 1 year go for haircut. Okay, say, or go for the say, there is never going to be any haircut. Me what is abroad? Papa no kasa se we no saba be ya. E be ye that the people of history region to ababa. That's the first point.
Okay.
The second was also equally important here. The candidate itself and the whole leading party, as the flag bearer, he is the problem of the day. Only winnable candidate.
It's your problem.
Make was your problem.
That's a problem of the day. I mean, he is your problem.
Oh, sir. Okay, my friend said. Maybe problem. Maybe how. But what I'm saying is that W'asem Yie is never a winnable candidate from all fronts.
From 2028.
Yati, what do you say about you? From on one political background, from on one competence level, from on one religious background, from everything, he is not the right candidate for them. But almost so, Kukwobno Wabeka, and go you, and no mammy will not sort a wow problem. And some say, and dear partner, make me explain. Because the first factor is the economic factor. No? Yes, you can come and then the same economic factor, then go forward to the winning Ashanti region. So it means that the management of the economy didn't go enough. Short yes, here. Open be a Mudigapa, Ashanti Mante Mudigapa. So I said, Obia Wudigan water $17 to the dollar. It will make us a good for because no, based on that, you better about it here. Your friend is MPP about. But in the final analysis, MPP we knew also it's not solely. But the candidate, any problem. Now you know my young Abra no more quiet top down. See, Yambo roof and foundation. Yamekan just Omugo Batino. He says, Menoka say, Sa reverse osmosis say, oh, could you be our down and to me, Pastor W'asem Yie, your candidate. And to me, Pano. And the Jeff for the American Cosero. Look, Jeff, who will win silence in 2022. Saturday, then Brian versus your friend is you. It was Alan versus Akufo-Addo. That's what people don't know. Brian had to cut
that election,
The election. It was Alan's stature and the winning Jeff that election.
Hey,
I'm telling you, quote me anywhere.
I was involved in Jeff's campaign. I am involved in Jeff's campaign. Oh, that be.
I'm not going to say that.
I am somebody who was so involved in Jeff's campaign.
I don't Jeff. Yeah, tacta Jeff na Jeff ba Owura Lanchemanti o say essence so mo perceive ni so support to Owura Lanchemanti die tacta eno na ba kwadwo boati die minute last minute say Jeff and Chinchim, and I still read for says, well, and Chamati, you must also honor open us to the attack.
They had nothing to do with it. They had nothing to do with it. They had nothing to do with it.
In that election.
Just because they remember. It had nothing to do with Alan.
And that dynamics
had everything to do with Alan.
It had nothing to do with Alan.
Every time I have a roll.
That's also when I was so.
They say I was deep involved in Jeff's campaign.
But such system no was against him.
That is the point.
In 2020.
In election 2022 na the year candidates in Omutu is either you are with Alan or with the Kufa.
It is not true. It is not true. So you know my soft spot for Alan.
Yes.
But it is about discussing saying oh, me.
One minute, Father, you didn't campaign for Alan. That's what I'm saying. You can't support to do.
You know my soft spot for him.
Your soft
about discussion saying, yeah, mean to me go deep. But I am telling you, he had no influence on Jeff's victory. Over the influence of Alan.
I just said that now, someone who can crack to say Alan's influence. Anybody you party no much you it's either you are with the Kufado or you are with Brian, you are with Alan. Now, what consider our platform is to say now or enjoy the support of the establishment. Why do you think he was not enjoying the support of the establishment?
But Brian came in strongly for Jeff.
No, that was after the subsequent, your friend is saying. I forgot it, but initially, doesn't Brian only serve him? It
was Brian.
No, it wasn't Brian.
Edu baby, woman cancer. Edu baby, Brian himself didn't want Jeff to go.
I see.
Because there were some interventions. Some of us have to come in.
And I said, you are even confirming my position.
Oh, they be
you are even confirming my position. You see, you don't only Mr. Speaker. Article 55, you could be as a move. I mean, Article 55 in the jazz. I your party as a party as a
UP. Moon Mushe, cancer mobile.
And the can't offer you topic. Men, I would offer you
men, my year saw Ira. Yeah. And who are they share? Every provision.
He had no
It was purely an Eastern regional display of affront to the presidency.
I see.
And only a car said President Clinton say Nipa Omediyeso. It had nothing to do with that.
Okay. The only so
I started branch I said time but the woman say
oh yeah
the obey bia no party na nkasa eduka daya oraku baumia na omakoyi no eno no the problem of the day sa problem no so long as omakoyi no e tisa bre waduane o don say to be die wie just wako election 2028 na say lusu ewie now all that is happening today so raba obian no on hwe election 2028 because and you so lusu ewie o dwene say owie a better than the man the third chance of 2032 now omo betumi ha no pa the regional executives say be ka se yempene and it odo open kofo a ene tira ene kokofuni koka ejadem awasantimantem because omo ko mati chairman samate omo na support who ntumi omo dey support that kwa kokofu say koka and support raba omianti no omo ntumi invite for the loyalty say election 2028 we are omo lose support no obesa gwa mana
omia bidi gba omia mo akute pa but me ubisa me to abo asante we ba ubisa me kasa meko for koka
and also be ko na nyona sara nyen sara
ko me to ba ho
na say me
I will go for koka
and na be kasa
support ba omia ba omia hasn't been that
but anyway we are told some more shipping crofo
I know
in Asante region nothing happened and even in the Bono region in the Bono region Chairman Abronye.
Yes.
Obviously a serious contest.
Yes.
Because omumi enu ni nyina e ba omi anko. Ba de ba ko de na ho den boy. Na ba ko de resources. And boy. It's a human relationship.
Obasa de am Abronye. Na wasama na 0. Say aka 1.
Very well. Mama chief what to Abu one day, Mammy, answer na yaba. No, eso. Abu one day, Mammy Brown, so that means you.
I'm sure. The one is say, and then MPP4, a more regional election, no more regional executive. A better MPP lose election. Me sure many year back me no me answer. And I said, the party is confused. And I had offered my service to them free of charge. I was not going to take any money from them. I was going to offer my service as a strategist.
Yeah. Strategist.
Into rebuilding a party that is totally collapsed. Now that strategy, the first tactics that we're going to implement was going to be a shut-up strategy.
Ready.
So, Munye Dean Kotra baby. Munye Dean Kotra baby. And from Musan Simwano, the Munye said, "Dear Mambu no aircraft." Under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now, in the crown, better than next 40 years, no. Munana no beer, no machine, near Moma Quenya Betna Gana Subio. They didn't listen, and I was not going to take any money from them. They didn't listen. And I'll give you one of the typical examples. A Sidena, executive Dada Mowo, Modia Yimo presidential candidate, and the election area. That system was gone, totally archaic and gone. Now, Sansuko used to the same and Crawford year. One more no term, no aspire. Eddie Koyemo presidential candidate. And Sana Mwabasha says a more branch election at the old party from base. What it means is that you've made a decision to divide the party already.
It's not true.
And you know, all you are doing now is segregating the members of the party to align with the decision you've already made at the top. It's politically flawed.
I am out in endorsement.
And you know,
I will
horrible one meet you.
And you know, a MPP led by Kodia, a top-bottom approach. In a serious political party like the MPP, I realized we party negu.
NPP negu.
Exactly. Because it's only the Akoso. See, an election wamoko. Ya shusha 1 year. A year Mahmudu Bawumia Crawford. Ye yiwamwa babedi ekwonano. Roma bua Bawumia. But it is not really a democracy that they are practicing. Say no. Ye nyina enim se Bawumia na tiswo. And it's a winning now kochira wadwini wakwan papa so na ankoye Bawumia de a. And the one will say, well, you are we yaba. In 2 years, then you must also mention Bawumia once it is Bawumia that is at the top. Oh, yes, sir. You've killed the party from day one. So listen, and then election or more kono. It is not really any serious election. Oh, they are minia akwesika. And a serious election. They've seen the leader already. They are not working to have a democracy, working to elect somebody that the people want. It is say one more year juma ama nipa no o mayi ni dada. And you must align or get out.
I see.
So that's the exercise.
I don't we need political power.
No. That is the exercise they are engaged into today. It is about align or get out. And MPP for you, no look. One more, I want interest to contest their flag bearership in the future. We'll also want to pull a little strain because what they want to do, they say, pay young crew of only being one party anymore. If you said that in Biano, Yansu Baba contest it. But once you show your face, for example, I'm more BT say, Akumpreku, Kennedy Japan, and Nasa Brian Achiampon. Once you show your feeling, once you show your face, say, Muna, we knew Omananti, and Nasa will pass Womudi or Kun anymore. For now, there it is not your time. So you must either align with Bawumia or you get out. And then Womu yes say, and I tell you what, the apathy, Ebebabisi MPP Muno, is going to be huge, unprecedented. Do you know why? Because one more echo in film, Ebe try to align. Say the Ebeya, ye knew more to training. Now, so the wo mutilimuno, o prepare ye. Okay. Ebresuno amukoto aba. Say about 20 years, ukosha kukwemu na utuo. Ubi nyina ho. And umbe who say yes. Now, region ayaka say Eastern region, right? Yes. So we share the trend. Air conwa. Under no circumstances, our MPP be winning Eastern region biom. It's falling totally for the NDC. Not because of anything, because of good governance. Because of good governance. And I'll tell you this. So over here, accounting for the people. I want me constituency for Timokwa. Now here the structure of governance locally. The local governance structure yedie guho. Any the implementation yedie guho se say na. Bisa wonse MPP bege den the way we need election. Any of the constituencies including Chufu. Okay. I'll give you a typical example. Listen, just give me 1 minute. Say no. Amambo na ye ja common funding na won crying. Na nkrofo de bon kwan won crying no. His Excellency Mahama we jai. Dear Banie, what the 80% of the common fund straight to that assembly. No, I'm found kokwa. Or qua, there is a formula ya passing of parliament, which of course we all deeply involved. Akwesi is involved. I was very much involved. So what's a formula na dey order that? Quite fast with this kind. Anna, the formula na ya no say si ano. Say sikane kwa the ediko sanitation yatro. Yeah. The ediko education yatro. The ediko health yatro. Furniture yatro. Disability yatro. Inti assembly nankasa were only 5%. How the better running the day-to-day activities of the assembly. Into wukwa accountability no danakwa mu pepepepepe. Dear why dear yanya dear yashase dear ko ye dinina kwa mu pepepe. And if I say Vondi wo boy juma. Vondi why ye juma to do. And it is not you who will say it. I'll give you a typical example. Every time we were opposition first election we call difference no 2,300 na me di win MPP no. Second one I'm opposition put it rise to 7,000. This time around I'm collapsing your party. Into that now I got myself over GC.
Winning. Okay. Sadia all kase district assemblies in Yemano Mania no. Enka minister entuka enko question yentia amount for disability.
No, that should tell you say the minister is working.
Disability fund.
It should tell you the minister is working.
You think it has to take the minister to go to tell you how to use the
but the fact that the minister goes on monitoring doesn't mean the minister is not
random visitor na all yet to.
It wasn't a random visit.
So Obecho say there's an allocation made for disability fund. And why are you misapplying Sika Yemen for the
so that would have been ineffective.
Very recently, as a health committee member, Yeshia Ghana is commission. They were complaining say Sika Efi is commission. Eko district assembly.
Inti Sesiano Yamawa Kwenja tie.
Sika Eko. Me and the deputy ranking for local.
So listen.
I know what is happening.
So local listen. Now
Sika Eko.
Tie. So tie. That is good governance. Listen, that is the best of governance you can have. Tie. That is the best of governance you can have. Minya. Yamia to Sesia Yachicha and Muan Kasawoka. Inti Sesia you have a way of questioning the system.
Any problem?
Quite enco.
So no, you have to accept first. Did he say
iPad?
Dabi. Oh, just be there. O mo na me catch say na to you address.
Say iPad. No.
I be clear by yes na to che pese. Yes no almost say yes na to che sin ko bema ba o mia $20 million no pese ya the running mate. What can say MPP for?
You remember some time back. He has to take MPs.
Yeah.
To rebel your strong word, but I mean that's kind of point. It got to a point. Finance Minister Eba Parliament, you requested say on to your common fund.
The most effective. Listen. That Maminka somewhere he must go on record. That is not true. Listen, it's not true. You know it is not true. Hear me. No, listen, and I will make this point whether I like it or not. The most effective, efficient finance minister I would share common fund accurately. To forcing, and there's nobody that can challenge that. Nobody, no human being on earth will challenge that. Is the most messages our future. Listen, the most effective, efficient human being, finance minister, to forcing. There's no two ways about that. He has a future, and that future will come soon.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Speaker. I like your show on Saturday mornings. Thank you. God bless you. Now, Starboy said, good morning, Speaker. I'm watching you live and clear. Thank you for a message. Janet Ami said, good morning, Speaker. Indeed, you guys are having great submissions. God bless you. Kofi Ajiman, Blackman. Gentlemen, Madam, I say,
fair to the MPP.
Madam, I say, Muamin kind messages. Kofi Ajiman, Blackman said, a pick farm. Or say, this party is a concert party, and indeed the NPP must not be given the opportunity. Wisdom Vivo said, good morning, Speaker on Onia TV. God bless you. Alex Intibri Mensa said, good morning, Speaker. I'm watching you live from Asaman Kese. Your show is great. The new patriotic party is in Asaman Kese this morning, and we wish them all the best. Thank you. KMB Mayor, 2 p.m. Asante Mampong, Ede Abba, or say, the NPP will be in opposition forever because President Mohammed's God is rescuing our country. They should keep quiet and look what the Lord has done. Thank you for a message. I would about Adopay Bedase Papa. Ben Fletcher said, I'm watching you live from Agona Odobin Central Region, Onia TV, and your crew. You are the best. My greetings to Honorable Von D. Bright Humado said, please check the correction of the name Jonathan. Okay, thank you, Medase. Dennis Atta Dakonse. In fact, I really love Mr. Solomon Owusu. Good morning to you, Mr. Speaker. You are a top-notch journalist in our country. Thank you. Eric Baden said, if you have the evidence of anybody doing galamsey, the Honorable Akwesi Akwa must prove. Why don't you report them to the appropriate courtesies, but rather always raising issues?
They didn't mind me.
What?
I reported.
They didn't mind you.
I have a copy of my petition to the local government minister. I have a copy of my petition to the presidency. They did not mind me. They don't mean what they say.
Okay. And just that's my MP, Honorable Alexander Akwesi Akwa. Just last week, he checked and printed BEC result for free for all BEC graduates in Achim Oda constituency. God bless him so much. MP, we love you. We are praying and hoping that the chop box promises. They try to or say they are praying. Say the chop box and the provision promises, no, and also. But definitely the people of Akimoda are very much proud of you.
Oh, me MP.
This man, God bless you. Because Akwa is very funny. The way he talks about galamsey in his constituency is very interesting. Golden Lizzie said, much love to you, Mr. Speaker, and your team. Michael Ediaba, or say this MP and Kasa, what does he even want from the MCE of Akimoda?
Or say bylaw, so say a government law. Or say by law, as say country law, and that is why I want to correct.
Nana Kwesi Abaka Eddie about say this NDC man doesn't even know what the truth is called. Indeed, the NDC is working, and I'm sure his DCE might become the next member of parliament. The more reason why he's always on his neck. Nana Kwesi, thank you for a message. Odia Abano, grateful for your time.
And now I check him exchange rate.
And I'll pay them in checking.
Less than 11 Ghana cedis.
But as a 11.38.
No, and then I get 10.
And I'll pay
10.7.
Bank
check.
Bank
of and do you know who is doing that? Do you know who is doing that? Do you know who is doing that? I'll tell you the person. His name is Satu Folsom.
Unim say the BOG governor no akasa actually must say this month August $1.5 million and the ecosystem yes $1 million
and $1 billion
and what they
$1.5 billion
$1.5 billion well clearly no it tells you say Sid in the bay appreciate it in nature.
Why when Akufo-Addo and the people went and borrow all the money on earth, how was the dollar? Today, is it right or wrong? And I would want
more yes sterilization. The gold prices no economy ni be break it. It is rather the best sell make people reserve.
Hold on. Listen. Listen. My main can't know beyond to say IMF no. It's a profit-making organization.
Listen to this is how you are describing IMF. And then this is how you are describing IMF.
Now listen. Just as nobody will love you more than himself, the IMF will never love Ghana more than their organization. Okay. So they should leave us to manage our system.
May I say, Mami Chame
have they ever helped us?
Mami Chame who sima, remember ask issues.
After first year, Juma on the morning, what churches come and
stay with me. Ma, you try home races here.
Milo All-in-One Nutrimix is truly milky and contains calcium. So no need to add milk to that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids. Milo All-in-One Nutrimix is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
From mine, send me an apia. I remember princess.
a sentence owura ye freno Asante Beko. Onono is seen to be an intermediary or ensure say in 2015 Ghana buying a Turkish company ye call into agreement say ye pay a power plant e de ababe support the national grid na afi yetimia resolve the doomso challenges na ye wom no. That negotiation and arrangement ne koya kokosi say America court no afine owura Beko ene eye ne company say womu tua ademudi ahodo bi e de ma Ghana aban mu mpanyimfo bi as at the time. Now reason tia owura Beko America court ne be so ni mu no ene say or you dual citizen enti or you American citizen as of the same time being a Ghanaian citizen. The Jumedia OD as an American citizen no eno ne gina so ma America buying a tron krata edema UK buying say in fact owura Beko niema bi a waye no America buying ni hia no say UK for ebetime ede womo amano na afi womotimi aye nhwehwemu na utie nkomodie no na utie court no krata ekota court nanim any email evidences are a woho court no ebede dia. What it means is that clearly over more than $1 million in terms of payment of bribes and etime a course. But I'll begin with solo na mintieno as well. Legal vacation issues aba na court ne kwa homejim judges edge omo home. Yet the Chief Justice ameki an order say ebano Hanan any ure dubuahi case no the High Court judge or tiasem no there's no vacation or no enkoswa se obediasem. The lawyers for Edubuahi any Hanan and yes so much happy because womu susu say a selective justice a DNT other cases say before the court no ya jiatumu say a judge for ni nyina nkwa homejim lawyer for so nkwa homejim kakra until say court no besanso ababa. But when it comes to these two major cases there, Chief Justice say omunkoswa entie asem no na yentime eni. That is where the consensus ora attaching say juada ebe onko court. Court no so aka say accused persons no Hanan ne Edubuahi. Omo lawyers are ma court there. Then the court will be forced say omo ankasa ne be cross examine the plaintiffs and as prosecutors no omo witnesses are ebegina adaka mu free juada eko. Very important conversation. So look, my main starting was so not mintio on these two major issues. Na afiyentos.
The homeless esan so mbreni starenti everybody chocho. Asante Beko dieno. Makai sa indictment na American never court. Na okai ni nyina unhu baby a specifically yashada bo government official bi adin wa. Again be any musa. Now, to drill it down to any parliamentarian. Asante Beko ebe krumwano. First of all, Goldman Sachs and a mano ASOM be this argument because Turkish Energy Aksano, omo customer client of Goldman Sachs. And I'm so bagana befa ko bia obetumi so wa beji contract no. Ama ene Turkish wanna be win this contract no. It's as a Turkish Energy company win contract na. American Goldman Sachs never finance wo amama be build the plant no. And into also no more much as say aha no oba be di dwuma bia wo ko ha so jakakra dey odasi sa no na adwe no be be two companies one consulting company one consulting company two. And until the oil say so no akone na emu a no we wi a watena say enemy call Ministry of Power me jai 20,000 to they call grid commission engineers me almost 10,000. They call parliament my boka 46,000. That was generating invoice no their common Turkish company no. Now consulting company one also no omayan to say the subsidiary of the Turkish energy company no. To know the invoice no free consulting company to common Turkish company na. Omo di sikane ba no omo dia kofa consulting company one also. Na omo ma transfer ma consulting company too no. But no SCSS no come bribe there o yi physical cash. E do to me your traces class account now operate from e be or transfer bi ba your friend say Mr. Speaker na say kwesi na say fondi e bi ni osa. Na kwesi no e cash wo tua bribe. That is how I was here no crane I don't believe for a moment. Just be a me new fight say. Fondi tie kwesi akwati na 275 parliamentarians. Obi ekua ba catch him say ye chair 46,000 ma obi a ye offer calculator na wo ba. I mean in himself chrono and our secretary she okromu
no but say when himself parliament ni a bigger institution obi antimi nkose or kwakọ fiasa brand
papa that's what your parliament every day 275 no
and when himself parliament no such report but edi kan committee levels
and the committee and America say yeah speak to a document to court to say na work an my men can the relevant provision ma say be ya enko say me na me bu me team why there aka cho papa say as requested no obosaka with visas or see any penum bi ebe ko check yakwa inspector plant no into obia or visas $5,000 for visa no each one
parliamentarians your diplomatic passport
if we crowd say technical team na e ko no PURC unim say chief executive of PURC so bia o so ma 20,000 Ghanaian official too money di o say o ma 10,000 your friend is
MOP
girls e ma be na Ministry of Power or the mom or some more 20,000 about Parliament. One can say, let's even grant to say the Select Committee of Mines and Energy. Modulo 18 as of that time. Who divided this up 46,000? 21, so 46,000 divided by 21. No? You are talking about 2,001. Rubia Oko sign your friend is saying
$2,000 once a year.
$2,000.
They have become so cheap, say. I don't know where cheap about
$2,000.
Some men himself $2,000. Me must make a caliber company be a contract of about $190 million. Was it Yakoba Womo? Not just say, Usham and Hano Sabian way of the coin. What's all the command company or take a show? Say, a canning 250,000. Company of WWE, Yentin Jesse, between 205,000. Hey, Susian Pass and Mona Moshe say, bribe be a between my member, and a member Samakomoka 250,000. A better way you do discretion, the Acase, what is Caroswami? Not just a me father say, a Yenya Santibeko. I know who's a crime yabedem. Say, me trouble move to idea. Ye hear say, make me justify. Invoice and say 250 and I say 100. Now, Mababichia. Until say, that document jail grade and to me Naruto be a the document where you must say, as soon as you are so bentain and a ecogis canwa. And to me, baby face say, insider trade will be a Dijabi Bem. Because here, we deal when you know, then you way the issue no more sack or give $42 million. So, about winning contract right Ama Axano, or no Ghana lawyer being another Turkish will be say, almost special arrangement didn't require $42 million. And all of them say, a Munabi, a Cotiga, or be saying, young go with him, na yen day, yen family. But I like it. A be a W'asem Yie, MPC, a be in spite of all this, uncle you too. You can be no problem. But you best who's a corruption be more. I see a AXA, a bona na obodeji Ghana no. And the prevailing open market rate at that time say not disparity. I say a moon sociano, not swana. And the between more be say as a result of it be at the Budiabian of BG in Chile, a coyen, sir. And then the first part, and our time also.
Okay, just about 2 minutes. Now, me honorable von Debra, Messa also because I don't say Australia quality. Probably my mean
but that's it. One would say vacation court judges near, you know. I think the law is clear. The law permits the Chief Justice to allow certain judges to sit on vacation to take care of preliminary issues like interlocutory issues here and there. And I don't think law be our why banded the kind of cases vacation judges no and so menye hu law bi asa se bi o hosa say oh law bi chere say vacation judge tenasia case ti say there permanent na so because minim say vacation judges are allowed and only the Chief Justice that can appoint who must constitute that vacation judge. And vacation judges also, I have not read anywhere say, Emrawe, sorry, tia say. So we have vacation judge. As some get say, no, maybe until I'm convinced to that effect. I think say MPP are just crying foul. There's nothing substantial in what they are asking for, and they better stop it. Then, to be very sincere with this document, sir, bribery issues, it didn't kind of ask them Parliament for. You're asking me, say, Parliament, signing a deal of millions of dollars. Now, see a budget will bribe $2,000. How much is $2,000? And the 21,000 Ghana cities and 22,000 Ghana cities. I mean, that is even too small for weekend
expenses. Our constituency.
Number two, so what kind of reports circuit court did buy any from US now? Number one, there was no mention of any individual name. They mentioned positions, and that was not even consistent. There's no justification of receipts that was obtained from anybody that money was supposed to have been paid to. Number three, one was idea, no, the Turkish government, then the gentleman, what is his name? Berkun, and the supposed receivers of the bribe. Who say, Onukonya company no otwe sika ma no Berkun twe sika ma no. Sika no ya establish abedu Berkun. Is there any proof that the money truly left Berkun's account to the supposed receivers of the bribe? No. So for me, me tina sidin a me hwe asam no. I'm say Berkun pe bibia kan twitwa gye ne ho keke.
But say we are told say OSP were much more details, right? And I am saying the Attorney General, my indication say Obeko into it when further investigation.
No, I'm only telling you, sir, per the information available to me, unless there's any other thing OSP one as Attorney General. Yes, so hold on. I am only saying to you, sir, the information out there that I have read do not suggest that there is any strong evidence against anybody taking money from Berkun's assertion. I think that Berkun was just trying to put some few words and issues together. Said, yeah, be obeying to try to home. Because that kind of money, if there's evidence, say, Berkun this kind of man will be, so Odima Parliament to, Odima Minister, Odima no. I think there must be a trace.
Okay.
But there is nothing that suggests say no cresi can free back ho echo will be for ho until I see that. I think the back was just trying to and want to me and ye
okay
and you try and who ye and I did the buy I'm so my pronounce I'm sure the sentence the young farmer November 10th and Sunday this sentence is November. For me, I think that these matters must not be occupying our precious airways. We should think about bread and butter, how the dollar is going well, how His Excellency Mahama's appointees are doing well, how our 247 is doing well, how our chairman.
You should be interested in the fact that leaders will not get themselves involved with such corruption.
I am saying, said the fact that people throw tantrums around does not mean you should go and catch every hot air and be dealing with what caused the air to be hot when you have substantial issues to deal with. How our chairman Siedun Ketia is handling the party so enviously. MPP Fonya, well, do they have a chairman actually? Another meeting says Siedun Ketia say Kobe or Muko chairman.
Siedun Ketia handle party ni.
Absolutely.
Or your next flag bearer now.
No, I'm not. Please don't be. I don't want you to be unfair to Siedun Ketia.
Okay.
You better not, hey. There is no topic that is concerning.
But someone who will
say,
yes,
as a chairman of our party, he's handling the discipline of the party so well. And you know that. I also know that Ese no kan kire obi aso pe president edi ana waka kire o.
Sa you on your president.
Hold on. But say on kan kire o say kan kire o say pe president edi.
It's on pe president.
Infantifo was say asambiara onye ne kabre. Se eduru so na esi eduka so pe president edi a. We will discuss it.
Okay.
Intino, listen. His Excellency Mahama's appointees are doing so well, all of them. And I want to thank Atu Forson, Honorable Dr. Atuba Forson. What he is doing to our economy, what he is doing to our economy, what he is doing to, and the way he's managing the economy, I think, sir, our future, and the future is big.
But I say, thank you.
I mean, so our future,
and the future is big.
Now, if it should not be big.
Okay. Mama Samso.
Brother Samso, some men are working. I can see a pong.
And young one was say, and this for Ushiomoa. Axa Semium so Yenyaka. From Adieba, engagement be a Becobiano, and these panelists of a baby as I didn't mean ya can answer bread and butter issues. And yet a woman Pacifica.
Axano.
And yet a woman Pacifica. And yet part of the woman Jamon Pacifica. Abranti Ababijnem, I deal. Me none of the car has say, we share a summary of the judgment in one. The deal was expected to say making substantial profits
to who?
To AXA for no.
Yeah.
Substantial.
Well, who deal
me who deal, but it was part of it. It was part of the judgment. They stated it emphatically. Now, so omo analyze here. Omo nim say the model kwa GNO. Muko ebemo musika twitwi die pa sika puduo
na say American government was some gi sika bre
enunti enna obi yi 1 million abetua anyedin because ye di bebuyen enne ye energy sector debt that hodi ade nyina no sadika ho plant de ba ye no solo ye hwehwem anya adwuma more than 20-30% improve. But sika yedi to sworo. Oh, I to say experts will tell you say the profit margin and the returns was over 200%. It and ye can was ye nyaka. We should have an interest in this one. We should have an interest. Edia ya bubo nyina no ye hwem. What's your mobile DBA?
I'm on mobile DBA.
But you should period that I didn't echo so. MOP no yet manpower. Ministry of Power.
Ministry of Power girls.
Yes.
Also girls. The girls don't go home.
The young girls are all Ministry of Power.
Ministry of Power.
Ministry of Power will go.
The girls way.
But you Ministry of Power and energy. At that time, near them girls are I'll be influential. I didn't wait and find command messenger. I didn't wait for come back clean.
No, yeah, girls girls okay. Was it all the mom? No, I give information. My one type was your man was a chief executive breda, and your mother type of to all type of information on Maniska.
Say, oh, let I ready. And way I ready. Oh, let I quite the qua. You know, say secretary, no, yeah, nobody. But the reality is that we need to take interest in this. MPP my attorney general, any system no. Yempe independent probe into this.
Such as
no matter how we constitute that independent probe no, we have to do it.
For having taken bribe.
To go into this whole deal.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, no, one ya because this need be on any engagement be so embracing to check.
But I believe we say as a debate or corrupt and
oh, from what the court, from what the judgment says in there, when I say corruption,
do equivalent of this kind of man to Nana.
You who the echoes in the man resign here.
Ah, now that's the one that you do, yes.
And that experts. Oh, and you na ordinary expertise. I could book a deal. And you might plenty.
Now we said the America for the Ghana for
the say yes, but he as a Ghanaian no own in there.
Unless he have folk of Oklahoma,
in India. Sabre no na we see
2014 to 2015 or started no investigation.
But I had not come to a notice. So American government investigation
and I was only Attorney General OSP any Yoko dia collaborate during the
OSP that buy.
Yoko part of them collaborate.
Maybe this recent period.
So yeah, but I agree with you.
America be here investigation or be here the fico almo be.
Do you need to go investigate? Kufa say Ebia or Aquaro go try bribe Ansana. All man position.
Okay.
Now so let me say. What you been on show me chinu kwa no. What can say come say.
Yeah, Jack to say. Abrante.
Been on show bribe. Na say chinu kwa. What can say come say Kufa.
I mean to comment on the legal vacation issues. Na member Solonson comment on that and sana.
Legal vacation no nya de di kan a ye call legal vacation. Na ye misa say ye den na fie die. I shrouded in a lot of controversies. Minya, ye kase NDC for aba be go institutions of Ghana. Ebinye. Hwen semwa ye Ramahama kan ye bra wo opposition. And semwa kan efa judiciary adaje wo a nka mekire wo senia NDC aban a party judiciary no. At the time wa omo wo opposition. Na ye no obi resign a na ye replace no. Hwe se no describe those moves. And then ya pack it. Ba was share yen say oba be 30. If I say the number of judges econo and then
so but said there are proposals say a better minute down.
It's not about the proposal. He mentioned he promised this and he has authority to decide to appoint or not to appoint. Proposal in Nanchen. If he had made Fanny saying do with his promises and that would be swa coming in is a proposal there's a complete abuse of that power. It if you say na manage judiciary no and ne kwaya ye fa so yi chief justice enti amagidi e wo judiciary no e wo for me ade ba kwa ye nyina ye wo de say no matter what judiciary dey we say nyam arehye mu ama say ensem e ko so e wo ya bra bom ne ade a e no ne ye de hu e ba ko dai. No wonder say government officials echo diabo. No wonder said nanum edi diabo pam galamsey for. Judiciary na man for any ni etene wo mo de ho kwakoto diabo so. But ni nyina no eye dia minor shanensa eni ntutu ya wo ye na ma judiciary no etintim. O da say no legal vacation can normal. But we say ye call legal vacation. And then abaye did not prosecute ebe tugu ye. We allow the wheels of justice to grind slowly because we didn't want to disadvantage anybody. And then mobile about to the nego. Mode mood now say case within 6 months. Yen jelly panel. It's illegal vacation for them. Yen trust one that yen near seven. And no na for way about. Okay. I was for mommy na nipa bid at court, including the honorable Konkoma. Say ye check legal vacation, the pros and cons. And can here Nelson
okay. So I mean on that, the legal vacation issues now.
MPP by a party and a board chief justice in the court about Brani Namasem, Okazi Nam. And the High Court, no, Yakasenka, a Horribeto, Abarubio, a Supreme Court, a judiciary, honorable Tia, was a Umubide, or one case, there be by Lesbian Basso Pandaya, and Omoako Bo Mabasun, was a Ocasi judiciary, here, or Moabo Mabason, Enkui. It's much ado about nothing. Mr. Speaker, said the Ushiamara, Chief Justice, so obviously we are born, so I be being ya, or so no court. Emrano say Emrano no why opposite of it near Nirani or Yagri. Ghana Bar Association issue statement, or more conventions and traditions. Now, so Emrano conventions and traditions, override the provision, express provisions in the law now. Order 79, one of Martin actually a civil procedure. We won a Chief Justice who say, Ubet me direct judge, beer or a vacation, Obet Atanasi. Ana yentia say emre bien was I say ya do obi kokoto so kofa lawyer wo. Asem na ekoso fa edubuan ho no. Edubuan ne o mali na enya. Ana edubuan se masem no. Me ntumi nka ne ye dobi ma mede. Emeboa be. Wa wisa na nanum nsem e de akomo obi nti se lawyer ni ho no mu a asem no de ebekoso o. The also tears here say your free case na say Dubois and anwa attach uncle concern Dubois in the coin. But accused person be our right to a legal representation. You have the right to a legal representation. Mean denying or you can't. Right. But the point is also that it is not as though say without a legal representation as seven koso. Yeah, just yes, sir. Say me makoko na minisika na say me dream lawyer. Edi na be me. Or say me am go come asem. If that seminal year until lawyer tried there I will say on the instructions of what my client. Client, you know, the assembly for on the catch you say, Koka ABCD. And I know attach uncle court, you know, everybody want court. You know the reason? Because attach is not the interested party in the matter. Sir, Edubois Yankwa and Kibe issue ban for the Republic against Edubois. Exactly. And to the all year, no media yammy say, as somebody dear to Edubois and so no. Edubois Yama, Ejinaswa catch the lawyers, on Cacassa and some Cosono, and Yanako, Yamubia, or Desa. Onina all the your friend is allegations against him. The count. What it means they say Edubois believe so on your bonnet. And it is a do I believe so on your bonnet de bia court. Not ye children the call or be a shiano cry. It says a yen year 7 years if it's a body be home. Now you dear Yamia Jum Yenya Chief Justice or say assembly percent yet chief law attache. Yen didn't tell go be a home salon and until vacation judge and matraswa. Now you judge lawyer or no I court to send me client in your body and say oh me and in them. Hey, that's the way I can him Mrs. Bigger. Me and near 7 in them. Tienfa yemma ne nkosua enfa nse ne konse na se bia na wo mama dwene bi se asem wasem nye ye di ne ntemo a but they refer you to the fact say even murder cases yet so they kum nipa wo ho kra na accused persons no extended trial right legal vacation judiciary now suspended all those cases so Mr. just to make time for the legal vacation so and the question is how special are these cases in here. You see, even when there is a legal vacation, we must continue. Say, so first of all, there was a teacher say, "Secure cause someone go vacation." A lawyer for you and no press or emre edi ayenyo mano. But I answer secure cause you monko hana. Okay, that's number 2. A lawyer bia no W'asem Yie no. Client no bet me up from every case no at any given time. The American say you penny attach ya. Ye war ye no M1 clients no. Okay. So, Mami Nawase na memfa so Solomon Owusu director in charge of communication at the United Party UP Adope joining us on the platform. Mami Enanase na mena the honorable member of parliament for Akimodan Ase the honorable Alexander Akwesi Akwa. Earlier on yenya the honorable member of parliament for Chifo Atimokwa Vondi joining us on the ticket of the NDC and Dr. Jonathan Asantiotre any yedi and komo me de kwame appear could be on behalf of production team no adope mamenda munyina no ase na yemfa ka W'asem Yie no ensia mo amoje bre ehwe yen ewo fie nyina nso adope yeda wase now shenen so say ka W'asem Yie no eba wakwan mo Saturday adope bia na memre da adope bia but drew efiada ede kwa dia na chese your radio no eso enti Monday to Friday ka W'asem Yie ewo New FM so just make a date with that na yenin komo ewo yensem paso me the speaker adomdom be any adasene ye besan so any mu nyina no etimi ehia. God bless you and do have a good weekend. Good morning Ghana.
Onuye TV Onuye TV Onuye TV, they're gonna walk out.